So, welcome to another episode of the Other Guys Podcasts. I'm Special K.
This is Dimes.
Moves is here.
Yeah. So, I want to jump straight into something that I found
San Diego.
on the internet. It's an article about hookup culture. Do you guys know what hookup culture is?
Explain to us, Special K.
So, basically, hookup culture is basically the act of having frivolous sex partners and having basically not taking relationships seriously, but enjoying the sex aspect of relationships.
Man, I thought he wanted to talk about tow trucks.
I like tow truck. Actually, tow trucks, Pornstars. I have a lot of things I want to talk about, but right now,
Is the tow truck like a sex position?
no. But it actually is there is a porn series called Tow Truck Porn, where a guy drives around in a tow truck and bangs girls in his tow truck.
There's probably a serial murderer as well.
It's part of the fake taxi line. Do you know that porn?
Like, I know, what's that called? There's that van.
The bang bus.
The bang bus, yeah.
Yeah.
The van.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, yeah.
Shut up!
The
You know,
fucking van.
No, I forgot it.
you know what it is.
Yeah.
It slipped my mind.
Somebody showed me. They actually filmed an episode of something down by where I work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
No. Like nowadays, you can basically just make porn from where. Like, there used to be a guy who had a boat, and the way he would work is he would pick up these hot girls, drive them to the middle of the ocean, and basically be like, "Listen, I'm not going to take you back until you bang me." That site was called Captain Stabbin'.
But with that,
Thanks for this info.
Yeah.
Well, no laws in the ocean, tasty treats. You know?
Anyways, I want to talk about hookup culture, and the article really brought up the attention of how hookup culture is really screwing up people in their 20s. And, two of us are in our late 20s. Moves, you've survived those times. Do you have an experience with hookup culture? You know, have you participated in the hookup culture? Witnessed anything in the hookup?
Yeah, but not the same way that what's happening nowadays.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Like, I guess now, things
We've talked a bit about that.
Yeah, things are different. Things are definitely different. But in terms of
No, I wouldn't say that I've participated like in what people are doing.
Okay.
Like the way people are doing it, like with the social media.
Mm-hmm.
Or like the online dating stuff. Like I haven't done that stuff, but it's like, the hookup culture of like not pursuing like a relationship, I guess, and you just hook up with somebody, for a little while here and there, and back in the day.
Yeah.
But I think even then back in the day for like me or like people like a little bit older than you guys, there was probably more involved than what's going on now. You know what I mean?
No, is this a Tinder? Like, what do you mean? Like there's more aspects happening?
Yeah, like there was more involved, or like maybe you did more like hanging out, or you also like it wasn't just like that's not all that was happening. Necessarily, it wasn't just like a. Well, I mean, it wasn't just like a text message, and there was more. Maybe you went to do something.
Like you hung out?
Yeah, you went on a little thing.
Yeah. Like there was an article I read. It was like some chick was complaining about how like guys would just they just hook up, and then like the next day they wouldn't even like eat breakfast with them. Like it was just pure hooking up. Like no activities, no extracurricular stuff, just pure hooking up.
That's basically one night stands. That's how.
No, but like but it was like a prolonged sexual relationship. Like this was happening for like months.
So like it was.
It wasn't
like
a one night
stand.
stand.
Would just be like
somebody
they like
booty call.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's out there.
Yeah,
that's a thing. That's basically hookup culture. That's basically, you guys are in something. You're not going to put a name on it like a relationship, but you're having that
Yeah, but this ties back to your article.
Yeah. Basically, the article goes on to talk about how people aren't taking the relationship seriously, right? They're not taking it seriously, and they're
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't really support hookup culture myself.
Well, this stems from the Special K article that he read, which is how accepting the hookup culture is getting 20-somethings nowhere.
Yeah. So basically, well, it's people are dating, but it's not like one of the topics was like it's the non-date and the non-breakup. So basically, it's like people are doing they're cherry picking parts of a relationship that they want without having to do the other main parts of it, so that when it comes time to break up, it's not as hard because it wasn't
so
really
people
real.
are scared. Is because people are scared of getting hurt? Is that what it is?
Or scared to commit? That
Okay.
a little bit of both, you know. Like basically, it's a lower risk type of relationship. Because think about it, like if you go into a relationship and you're like, I don't really care if it works or not, you know.
Okay.
So
well, it's people like they're playing it cool, right? Like they're thinking that like that's cool to be like or attractive, right? And you know, I could see where it would be it would be discouraging to like a guy or a girl, whoever's acting like that, to keep pursuing that person, because like you're like, well, fuck, you know, I don't know maybe this person's not interested. But if I'm like doing the same thing, then to be like, all right, well, fuck, I'll just act the same way, and then you know we get something going on. It's easier then, I guess, for those people. But then, I mean, what I'm getting at it, like with this article, is that the people, is one person's not happy about it. Usually, like, not happy that like this is the path that it's going.
Yeah,
and that they're non-committal. That, you know, if a guy is calling up a girl or texting, not calling, because fucking people are pussies these days and they don't want to dial any numbers, even though they don't even have to fucking remember a number. They don't even want to do that because, you know, they can't fucking talk no more. Yeah. Brains have all gone to mush. So, you know, real charisma going on there. And they're still pulling. They're still picking up chicks.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have to, fucking guys don't even have to say shit now.
You can send dick pics now.
Back to that, yeah.
No, and emojis. And, like, we have a lot. No, what happened is that.
I bet you somewhere. Yeah, somebody's just sending, like, a fucking, like, what's the emoji, or what's the fucking symbol?
Isn't it like
a dick? Like,
the purple thing.
What is that?
Squash.
Eggplant.
Eggplant.
Eggplant. Somebody shows
the
up.
Raindrops. With the raindrops.
Listen, don't we live in an amazing time where I can literally send an eggplant, and then in 2 hours or less, I'm getting something? Like we live in that time where eggplant.
Yeah, and that's why I said 1990s is my period.
Of the problem, dude.
It's part of the problem, but it's also like.
The other thing that they were saying, is that nobody's committing to a plan. Like, people are being so cool about it. It's like, hey, you know, maybe we can meet up. Yeah. Maybe.
There's a lot of maybes.
At some point this weekend we could hook up, right? Maybe do something. And then there's no like, hey, I want to take you out. This is what I think. Like, maybe we could do this. Mm-hmm. You know, according to this article, the person would really like it if, like, because obviously this article is written by a woman. Mm-hmm. And she's obviously wanting guys to like be more assertive in that way, to be like, you know, this is what I think a date should be. And she's tired of these guys that like don't want to it sounds like not putting any work in.
But the thing is, like, there is kind of a gray line too, because like she's asking that, she wants guys to be direct and, you know, set definite dates and all that stuff. But at the same time, 100%, if the guy came off as like very controlling, or on the other end of the spectrum, needy, do you think she would give that guy a shot?
I think controlling and needy are not in the same spectrum. Like, I think needy, like, controlling is different, man.
What if he's like, listen, we're going here and here and here, picking you up at this time?
Well, that's not.
Or else.
Well, maybe that's controlling, but like that could just be confident or sure of himself. You know what I mean? Like, or taking control, like it's a date, and this is what I think we're gonna do, because like is she not planning anything? So you got to do something, right?
Yeah,
like,
okay.
or you're doing like the fucking. Well, what do you want to do? Well, what do you think? And then like I think that she's got a point there, especially in today's today's dating world. Like. What do you think, Dimes? Like,
How do you set up?
have a
How do you
point
set up
on
your
that?
dates?
Well,
Not how does he set it up? Do they have a valid point?
well,
That guys are just like, maybe we can do something on the weekend, like we could hook up, like that's not telling her shit. Like, is that even asking her out?
like I
is
get
that
her
saying
point of
go
view.
out, or
No,
are we
like
saying
I
come
get
over?
her point of view. I get her point of view. Maybe it's just the wrong guys. Like, I
Is that
think
your move, though? Are you maybe
no,
we can hook up?
like no.
Okay, right now I'm
Like you set up a date. I know girls like a date. Like when you plan something,
Yeah.
I know they love it.
okay. So
Like they love it. I already know that.
yeah,
But yeah, maybe guys are just getting lazier. But so some guys might be getting but why is that happening? Why is that happening? You know what I mean?
because it's easy and people like to do things easier nowadays. Like we're
Because girls are letting them.
that too.
Okay,
that too.
But what I don't understand is
Like if the female order just refused, all guy advances until they made an effort. Guess what's gonna happen?
that's my
guys will change.
Yeah, guys are gonna change,
Yeah.
right?
But they're
But yeah.
not because they're getting away with it.
because what it seems like is what it seems like is the hookup culture is happening. I guess from the article, I don't know, maybe a majority of girls don't like it, but at the same time they're giving into it. So
Yeah.
why are you giving into it if you
Into the
why
dark side.
you know what I mean? If they don't like it, why are they giving into it?
Yeah.
Desperation? I'm not sure.
You know what I mean? Because it seems like no one's happy with it. Or maybe a majority of people. Maybe some people are into it, but maybe the vast majority isn't. But I still don't understand if that's the case. Why are they giving into it? I don't know.
Is it because like peer pressure? Like all their friends are doing it, so like they're doing
We're all
it,
on
and like
Tinder,
they're
yeah.
just all like, okay, well maybe I'll meet a nice guy. I've met people where they're validating the reason they go on like a Tinder or whatever is that it's like, well, fuck, like just check it out and see what's going on,
Yeah.
and like. So they go on, right? And they're like, oh, well, okay, yeah, like met a guy. And it's like, okay, do you think he was on there just checking it out? What do you think he's doing on there? What's he looking for?
Of course.
And like, then they meet the guy and like, obviously shit goes down. And I'm like, so they were successful with you. And like, but then like they change it. Like, after they like, maybe they're dating the guy, but it's like, so you're this is your guy now. And like, you met the guy like that. So how many other people did he swipe to get like at the same time, and you're just the one that put out,
Mhm.
and you're still lingering around, like you're just there because you put out first.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
No,
like, is that accurate? Like, is that an accurate measure of dating?
Yeah,
Like,
because no, you know what it is? It comes down to it's a numbers game, right? Back in the day, you'd have to ask 100 girls out, maybe you get one. Now you swipe 1,000 times. It's a numbers game. People want to have more numbers.
but I'm saying, like, that's what I mean, though, is that if you, it's like, it just annoys me that, like, guys and girls, I guess, are being I still say girls have all the control, but they're putting themselves in that position. Like, we're talking about fucking online dating again right now.
Yeah.
And,
well,
that's part of the symptom.
Yeah, because it's the thing that's aiding the hookup culture. Because
it's an age.
hookup. Okay, at the end of the day, hookup culture is around because it's an easy thing. It's an easy thing to have multiple partners, not commit, and move on to the next one like that. It's easy. Then committing with one person, seeing where it goes, and sticking it out. But nobody's doing that now because it's like, well, I'd rather just bounce from here to here to here.
Listen, I'll tell you why I don't like hookup culture real quick. Like 2 points. First of all,
Yes.
I personally don't like participating in it because I'm worried about STDs. That's just my opinion. One of my thoughts.
They have these items that
Doesn't
you can
matter.
buy at the store.
Doesn't matter. I don't trust those, man. I don't trust those.
This episode is brought to you by
Anyways,
Trojan.
that's one reason. Okay, that's not my only reason here.
Okay.
And like I also think when you're in a hookup culture, like you're promoting the idea that love or like companionship or whatever isn't necessary. And I think when that exists in a society, it's like it just makes people miserable. That's what I think. in the long run.
So you've never had a random hookup?
Once, but like only one time. But it's like I don't believe in
How
it.
was that?
Like some people are. It was okay, but I still don't. Relationships are better in my opinion.
Oh, I think they are better, but the hookup
Yeah, but
culture.
like we're talking about a culture. Like it's a continual
If
habit.
you get out of a relationship, you know, like let's say you were in a relationship and then you break up. I don't think you're ready to go into a relationship, you know, right away.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, even for a girl, you're a guy. I think that like we talked about like how long, so like take time to like not get into it, like, you know,
Yeah.
put that relationship away, get yourself head in the right place, which is why I think that everybody needs a little bit of downtime. But I think that like right out the gate again, I don't think anybody should be leaping into relationships. If
That's
it's,
not
like,
what I'm saying though.
no, but I'm saying that's where hookup culture, where you could like just date people
Yeah, that's fine.
with no strings and
But-
no like you're not really putting yourself in.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay.
But it's more than that now. It's not just that.
Well-
It's like the whole that's how everyone thinks. Like there's no like long-term goal
yeah,
in majority of relationships, right? Isn't that
Basically-
just
the hookup culture is the cock carousel. Because it's basic with that basic, or in a guy's term, it could be the vagina carousel, but basically it's because it's about you definitely don't want to commit to something right out after you've just got out of something, but at the same time there is that period of like I don't really want to be in something, I just got out of something, I don't actually want to be alone, so there's that period,
Right,
and I think
that's what I'm saying.
a lot of
maybe,
people are
like,
there
that,
now.
Maybe that's when this is okay or more acceptable to be, you know, doing that, right? Because like a lot of people like latch onto the next person because they're like, and then they want the relationship again, and like the other person's like, I just fucking met you,
Yeah.
like you know, no, you're not gonna have a toothbrush here, like no, you're not getting a drawer, like shit like that. Like some people take it to the extreme. But yeah, I think it's just it's a little weird that how you said like people are just like that's all they're doing.
yeah, like there's no like thinking beyond it.
So ultimately, would you what do you call it? Hookup culture? You in or you out?
I'm out.
Moves. If you were still in the game, would you be a part of that hookup culture?
Maybe not
Yeah.
probably on the same. Like I wouldn't be doing the same shit. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be like fucking Tinder and
Yeah.
you know all that crap.
But do you think it serves a purpose? Because like, listen,
it serves a purpose to people that like that's what they know.
yeah.
But like to me, that's not what I know. So like I wouldn't be part of that. Even if somebody was like, "Well, you know, fuck, you're in the game. Like this is what everybody's doing." I'd be like, "Yeah, okay, I got my own. I got my own way of doing things." And you know what? And maybe that's what makes me possibly, you know, maybe that's what made me successful in certain things that I did or appealing
Yeah.
to, you know, of the opposite sex or whoever I was interested in because I was different. Like I'm not doing what everybody's doing. I'm not firing like nowadays everybody's fucking texting, right? Yeah, I'm make the phone call. You know, to get the phone time in, and that's in this article as well, right? Like where they're saying like these fucking text messages, like you can't, the conversation doesn't flow, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't emphasize, you know, sentences or words the same way as you can if you're actually talking to somebody, right? But like I know guys, and you guys probably know guys where they can't hold a conversation with a girl. Like they're cleaning up with women strictly from text messages and the way that they look.
Oh,
and I'm like, good for you. Like I'm not hating on it at all. It's like, good for you, man. But you're part of that problem then. Like, you know, you're contributing to that problem as well.
yeah, but that's a technical, like I will admit that I am better at text game than actual live action
Boo.
talk.
Text
No.
game, yeah, but text
No,
game is
listen,
like, dude, that's
yo,
like a
okay.
desensitized
Listen.
way of communicating.
Just an example.
Yeah, like,
Just an example. There was a time where Dimes was talking to this girl. She was kind of like in and out. I think one of these girls, Julia. I don't know.
Oh,
Drop
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Long story short, it was going nowhere. He didn't think. All of a sudden, he passes the phone over to me I start firing up some jokes, some
Text game strong.
some seductive
Right.
seductive thing. Boom, she's now like, oh, come over and paint
Yeah,
my
but
house.
that's a bunch of bullshit, man. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? It's all text.
It's still it's a valid form, just like hookup culture. It's a valid. It's another arsenal in the guy's
No,
tools.
for sure, but like,
You know.
but it like,
No, don't get me wrong. I like the old school thing,
but maybe that shit wouldn't have needed to be done if he just fucking dialed that number.
yeah, maybe
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying
If
that there's
you had
multiple.
just dialed that number, you would like this bullshit about fucking you taking his phone. That shit's not happening. You know what I mean?
Sereno. I was a Sereno on that one. I basically, was the man behind the curtain. But what I'm saying is that there's multiple ways. Listen, you can be a great guy in person. Listen, I've seen moves. Hold on, let me back this off though, because I've seen moves in real life action, and it's amazing. He actually has moves. I can validate his name.
Yeah.
He has moves. Like he can, what we call cold approach. I literally cannot cold approach. I will admit that I cannot cold approach at all. But he can do it with like a wave of an
And
arm.
that's the way it should be done, though.
No, that's not. Well, hold on. That's the way. Yes, that's the way it should be done. But we also have other venues and ways of going around it now. You know,
Yeah, I know what people are used to. Texting. But
texting.
I don't like
technology, right? Dropping into the DMs.
Yeah, but
Right?
that's
Again with the goddamn DM.
Welcome to the future. Welcome to the future. What I'm saying is, listen, your methods are proven and they work. It's just like
I just hate the fucking term DM, man. Like it's a fucking
direct message.
no, yeah, it's fine. What is that? Instagram,
Instagram,
right? So
What do you call it? Like
I was like a private message,
PM?
a PM,
PM doesn't
private message.
That doesn't
it's been
sound-
around much longer.
I remember private message.
It's just a fucking some asshole at Instagram was like, well, we can't be like everybody else. We need a different name for the exact same function, I guess.
Listen,
DM.
DM sounds freaking dropping in the like I'm dropping in your DMs or I'm dropping in your PMs.
Now,
DMs.
okay, first of all, dropping in. Okay, no. Just say fucking,
It's a thing.
it's a thing.
Yeah,
Look.
no, I don't know.
All I'm saying is that we're living in some times, and
Yeah, but they're like,
yeah.
are you passive because you're like, would back to this article just about this stuff? Do you consider like she's saying that guys are doing it because it makes them seem passive if they? Oh no,
It's low risk.
it's a maybe, and at the non-committal bullshit that they're taking as like passive approach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like guys don't care or put in no effort kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
and like.
Yeah.
I think she's saying like it's like, well, maybe they fear rejection, and
It
something
is.
like
No,
that.
not
And, like,
always.
that's-
Not
no, no,
always, though. Not always, though. Some guys legit just don't care. Like, I know
No,
a chick that feels like this chick in the article. Like,
Yeah.
I know, like a personal chick I know.
Okay.
And, yeah, she feels exactly like this girl in the article. Like, guys just don't care. Like, she tells me, like, on her Bumble or Tinder or whatever, how, yeah, there's no communication. It's literally like, let's just hook up. Like, there's no vibe, no connect, like, no communication.
But hold on, did she even meet this guy yet, or?
She's met a couple. This is like over time. It's not just one guy.
See, that's another thing that's happening with this. With our thing too is that people are making assumptions just from talking to people online.
No, she's met a few, like some online, yeah. Some strictly online, some like
Okay,
like she's.
but she
met-
can't be judging guys like, oh, he doesn't really care about me. It's like you never even met him.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, but it's like also at the same time, maybe she's just getting a dick pic. You know what I mean?
I think what he's saying is like it's more we could hook up, or like we should, maybe we could hook up next weekend, and it's like there's no real plan.
Yeah, there's
They're not bringing it. You know, they're like if the girl like bites, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, let's hook up.
yeah,
then
yeah. It's like yeah. Like what are you saying?
Then they'll be like, okay, well maybe we could get a drink here, and like my place ain't far, like shit like that, right?
Yeah, you know what? That's probably what it is. Like fishing, whoever hooks, reel them in.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. And then my friend, for example, will get that hook, and she'll be like, "What is this?" You know what I mean?
A penis.
That's
I don't know. Like this is where we definitely are going to bring a member of the opposite sex in to just gauge their their opinion on that, because yeah, I get very confused with this culture when it comes to like, I guess, you know what? I guess it's happened before. Like, if you think back, like, I guess, like, you know, I wasn't there and I don't know a lot about it, but, you know, the 60s, the swinging 60s, like, and some hippie love or whatever. I don't know if it was just the hippies or like what people were doing it, but like a lot of people back then, like, you know, it was like fucking sleeping around and there was fucking weird orgies going on.
Yeah.
In the 70s carried on, even the 80s, but shag carpet. Or was that 70s? Anyways, like there was a lot more sexual freedom back then, and I think part of that has to do with STDs.
Yeah.
Coming in, and that kind of like, so you know, people chilled out for a bit.
Yeah.
But like it's happened before.
But yeah, hookups have happened in the past, but what's different now is the accessibility. Like, you know, you can talk to like
you have
50 guys at one time, 50 girls at one time, like at one time.
It's magnified.
Yeah. So it's just a different way of accessing that. Yeah, I'm not saying hookups didn't happen in the past. I'm just saying it's just different.
Like, why is it that it seems that girls, you know, because you know, you hear stories, I hear stories, you know, everybody heard stories, and like people out there are like, yeah, well, fuck, you know, whatever. It's why is it that, and it seems like girls, for the most part, go for guys, or you know, like, or even guys are going for girls that don't give a fuck. And it's like, that's all they want to do is get with those people. And it's like, and then they bitch about it. And it's like, you can't fucking bitch about it. Or like, you know, what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with in your head, right? Like, you know, how many girls out there could know you, for instance, Dimes, or, you know, UK, to be like, these are good guys. You know what I mean? No, these are good guys. Well, okay, fuck. I'm not going to use that word. These are good guys. These are adequate individuals.
That's more like it.
You know,
I like that.
That, you know, you're not part of the problem in society for the most part.
Yeah.
That, you know, you have a track record that you'll have a relationship and, you know, you're not like a fucking maniac.
You're a solid dude.
But you know what? Fuck you, pal. They don't want any piece of you. You want to know why? It's too normal. They would rather meet a complete fucking stranger off the internet and put out with a complete random.
Yeah.
And then brag about it or be like, oh, well, I met him on Tinder. And it's like,
that's
okay, you're fucked. Like,
but that's the chick I wouldn't go for anyway. So she's just doing me a favor.
No, but the fact that like that's so normal to them. Like,
yeah, I know.
At what point did they get spun to think that's fucking like, you know, the way it should be, that you're just going to do that random? And then, you know, like the dating culture, that's all that is, right? So maybe a few hookups there, and then all of a sudden that person goes away, and then, you know, next contender steps up, and like, this is what this person does, right? And it's just the constant cock carousel, or whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah,
the revolving door
I learned,
online or dating, like this. What is it? What are we calling it?
Hookup culture.
Hookup. Fucking carousel.
Yeah, like I realize like these chicks don't want, in their mind, whatever is in their mind, a regular dude. So if you're a regular dude in their mind, they're not about that.
You know what it is? It comes down to pushing the right buttons. The regular dude just doesn't push those buttons. But the crazy ass pot smoking hookup culture monster.
Pot smoking's the hookup culture.
Bro, it's gonna be legal. It's gonna be legal, man. So it's not like, you're a bad. Watch out, we got a badass over here.
But it doesn't matter. It's like it's one of those things. Like, you know, when I was younger, I could drink like a fish, smoke a ton of cigarettes, and fucking, you know, I used to, you know, like, you know, have a joint here and there when I was, pretty younger. But like, as you get a bit older, man, it's like, you know, fuck, like, I got shit to do, or I got shit I want to do, and it's like, I don't want to be hungover. I'm not gonna drink fucking 10 maximum ice, for a fucking just a buzz. I'm not gonna drink all those pints. Like, I'll have a couple. You know, and then cut out. Be like, all right, cool, I'm done. You know, like, and then there's a night when, you know, you tie one on. But it's like, I don't know. Like, but it's not that everybody parties. Like, I'm sure there's girls that are, you know, out there that are looking for somebody that's fucking not doing that.
Yeah.
Pot smoking.
Hey, listen, I smoke pot, dude. We're living in weird times, man. I like,
yeah, it's
and you know what? Them legalize. You don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, recently they passed a law about girls being topless. I thought, oh man,
It's not recent.
a year?
No, it's been a while, man.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, like
Well,
10.
Really? Oh, well. What I'm saying is, I haven't really seen. You know,
Yes, women can walk down the street and not wear a shirt
and I personally
or a bra. They can just-
condone that.
well, yeah, but you don't see it around, man.
No,
People
and when you
but
do-
when they were doing it, like when it was happening, everybody's
Yeah.
like, "No, you can't let that happen." And there was a movement. Like I remember hearing or seeing protests, like people like we should be allowed to do whatever we want, and I'm like, "Good
Yeah.
for you!" Like, sure, why not? Let them out.
Yeah.
I never see it. So, like, what were you fighting for? Like, where's this happening? Is this happening? Because I
Yeah.
don't know where it's happening.
Yeah.
So, like, the cause and, like, the people supporting it that were very avid to be able to do it, I guess part of it is just to be able to do it, you know? And I guess that's the victory, and then everybody goes away. But it's like, you know,
Same
people were,
thing,
like,
yeah.
having arguments, and it's like they thought there was going to be fucking boobs all over the place every day.
I was really hoping for that, but
and that's not happening.
and the boobs that you do get aren't that great. Aren't that great?
So, yeah, way off topic.
You don't get what you wish
way
for.
off topic.
yeah, way off topic. Special K, way off topic.
The other thing, right? The other like footnote here was
Yeah.
is traditional dating is dying out. The article is talking about traditional dating, saying that like this current 20s generation needs to start dating again,
Yeah.
and they're losing hope that they can find somebody that's willing to like even delete like a Tinder account or like their Bumble account or like
Yeah.
just to not be like
Part of the culture.
like
yeah.
just get rid of it.
yeah.
And like people are just like, wow, you know, like they don't want to do that. And is it fucked up that this person is still trying with that other person? You know what I mean?
See, well,
Like,
that's
the
the thing.
fact that they're not like, wow, okay, I'm walking away.
It's they're expecting to change that person. Like, oh, you know, it's like I think when you go into expectations with that, you're set up for failure. You know, I don't know, but in regards to traditional dating moves, what is traditional? Like, what do they? What do they mean traditional? Because see, okay, here's my definition of traditional dating. You meet a girl, you ask her out, you go out a couple of times, you eventually get in, and you have a relationship. That's
Traditional would be like, you know, I guess what they mean with traditional dating is
Yes.
like you meet somebody,
Yep.
you ask somebody out, you go out on a date, you talk on the phone, you know what I mean? And you work towards like, is this going to be a relationship though? Like, and you're not like, you might stop seeing other people. Like you might be having one other date. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but at a certain point, somebody wins. Like, you know, like you stop, like you don't have any other avenues that you're exploring. You're not still in a relationship or dating somebody, you know, swiping right. Like, you know what I mean? You're not doing that, you know, like I think that's what traditional dating is. Like you're actually engaging one person and seeing if you guys should actually continue in a relationship.
That's how I am. Like, you engage with one person and you work on something, or you hope to work on something with that one person. Like, that's my mindset. I'm more traditional.
Well, I think too, like, I think also, like, fuck, for me, tradition, like, if you're doing that, then you got to put some effort in on these dates, right? Like, so, you know, like, fuck, so it's going to cost some money.
Yeah.
You can't really date, like, fucking 5 people in a week or 2
That's
weeks because
why
you don't have the money.
Netflix and chill was invented, man.
No, right. But I'm saying, which is why I guess this culture is surviving because it's cheap as fuck. Like, there's no effort.
You think okay, but you think expense of dates could be an issue? You think it's a factor?
Well, I think, yeah, it could be, but I mean, like, you gotta, like, that's where you gotta want to date that person. Like, you gotta want to take them out and be like, yeah, maybe it's just a drink, maybe it's just dinner, or maybe it's more than that. Maybe you're planning a bigger night and it's gonna cost more money. But, like, it seems like if somebody's like, you know, I hooked up with 5 girls in the last 2 weeks, I'll be like, well, fuck, you definitely didn't take them all out on dates. And if you did, those are some pretty fucking shitty dates, man. Like, we're talking foot-long sub. Yeah. That's like, but like a Netflix and chill or like a first date, that's a first date now. Like, that's winning girls.
Hey, people are buying into it, man. So I don't know. Is it winning?
You know what I call the modern date nowadays?
No.
You send an eggplant. You go over to her place. Netflix and chill. Bang,
First
bang,
date,
bang,
first
and then you send the next girl while you're still in the other girl's place. Another eggplant, and then you go over to Netflix and chill. Boom, modern dating. That is modern dating. Welcome to modern dating.
You're probably right.
Yo, yeah,
That's modern
yeah, but like I'm saying, okay, that's true. It's true, but if there are people complaining about it, why are people giving into it? I don't understand that part.
You know what though? You know what? I'm not a scientist. I'm not. But here's my thing. Have you know the divorce rate has gone up?
Yeah, and I think they stopped tracking it in 2008. They stopped.
Anyways, what I'm saying
I
is.
wonder why.
Anyways, what I'm saying is that the divorce rate has gone up. Hookup culture has gone up. What does it reveal? Monogamy is not really working. Boom. Boom. Monogamy is not a thing.
I don't know.
It doesn't work, nah. I mean, like, what, 51% of marriages, that was back in 2008? I wonder what it's now. Look at Brad and Angelina.
Yeah, we talked about that monkey branch. Oh, no, that was going into her. Yeah.
But no,
But
look,
that was different, man. Isn't he like a raging alcoholic?
I'm just saying, they put in 10 years
Like
of their life.
okay, you throw raging alcoholism into any relationship.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's more what are people into, because like a lot of people, there's a lot of alcohol abuse going on, and people come home from work and they check out. Like there's under a lot of stress. Like fuck, you can't expect the other person if they're not doing that, or like people change. So it's like, if I go home and I drink fucking a whole bunch of booze every day, I expect to be alone eventually. Like you can't expect the other person to be around. And look what we've done. We've allowed booze. Like everything is easier now.
Yeah.
Everything is easier now. Even a divorce, I guess, is fucking easy, right? Like, people are like, well, fuck, might as well just get married. And how many people get married and then fucking they're done in like 2 years? And it's like,
so why are you getting married?
I just got you a fucking gift. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can I have that back?
Yeah. But it's like, okay, if people, I think some people might know if they're against monogamy.
Yeah.
Right. Some people probably clue into that. Like, I'm not about that. Then they should stick to that. And then there's some people who might not be about that.
No, what happened is there's a struggle right now between the old school mentality of that, you got to eventually settle down, find somebody. And then now there's this new school mentality of fuck whoever you want.
Well, I think there's also studies that like fucking some weird scientists and or educated education institutes have done regarding like genetics and like are men capable of like staying like just with one partner for the rest of their lives? And I think they don't know, because I think they're like, no, well, men are like meant to procreate, and like that's why like men are seeking out like fertile women at certain ages, and like that's why there's a lot of men always trying to like go for younger women, right? And that's why guys can have kids like until they're really old, and they're always like, that's what they're around for. And like guys are always like looking, because that's what they would have been doing way back, I think I've read stuff about that, and I think people are trying to prove that like, guys aren't supposed to be with one person. But then at the same time, like, fuck, you can't blame women either, right? Like if they fucking hook up with some asshole, and then the dude's an asshole and sits at home and eats pizza and gets all fucking out of shape, and then it doesn't take him out anymore. Like she's gonna start looking around. Like he's not the fucking warrior of the tribe anymore. Mm-hmm. Like he's fucking some out of shape fucking has been, right? So I mean, I get it. I get both sides, but I think like scientifically they have tried to prove that guys aren't supposed to be
monogamous
in this type of relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I think they've tried to prove it, but
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, at the end of the day, they do exist. Relationship. Like, how many? You're from an Italian background. How many of your like they met in high school and they married for 75 years? Like you've seen that. You've experienced. I've
you talking about like when I was in high school, my classmates?
No, I'm talking about like your nana. Nana.
Could it have something to do with religion?
Could be or
like church, right? Like if you're growing up.
No, it depends, man. Like I think it's a culture thing. Maybe like for me, it's probably all of it, religion, culture. But like that's older generations, right?
Yeah.
Like my family.
Yeah.
They all are still married, man. Like pretty much everyone is still married.
Yeah.
Long time. Like, and when there's hard times, like they stay together.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, because that's
like,
what
yo,
it was, right? You know, it wasn't cut and run.
but the new school, but it's like it's the new school, like our generation, or I guess younger.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of non-existent. Like if there's a problem, run away from it.
Yeah.
Because like you said before earlier, you're like, oh, hookup culture. It's like no commitment, like easy in, easy out kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that exists, right? But yeah, in my family, then there's not like they stay together.
But
man.
here's the thing about the Italian culture. Don't you guys have the, what do you call that? The mistresses? And European cultures, they got mistresses. So like you marry a wife.
Yeah.
And
but you can have a girlfriend.
But you can have a girlfriend.
Yeah, maybe, but not in my family. Yeah, but,
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, man.
You go to the old country.
I'm sure.
they'll,
Well, I mean, I think we all know that like a lot of societies, like fucking a ton, like because men dominate, like men controlled everything, right? So all the rules, of course, like fuck, man, like what guys, you know, like wherever would like that's a pretty cool deal, I guess. Like, I mean, especially if you're fucking older and been married for 25 years, you know, and you're like, oh, okay, I take a mistress, like, but what if she wanted to do it?
yeah.
I bet you they're not so cool with it then.
Listen,
you know, I bet you they're not so cool with it then. And
I've
there's
seen
some
Sopranos.
fucking there's some fucking religions out there though. And I'm not naming names where, you know, like it's all good and shit to have fucking a bunch of fucking fun.
Yeah.
You know? Lots of help around the house for one guy. But if it was the other way around,
Yep.
they're not cool with it. And these rules were made a long, long time ago by men
Yeah.
that it's outdated. But, you know, the men still control these areas. So, I mean, maybe their scientists knew something we didn't know.
Who are those guys? The guys, the Mormons? One guy, 20 wives? Is that the one where you're...
Well, polygamy, right? Isn't that polygamy?
Yeah.
Where, like, yeah, you have, like, fucking 3 wives or something. Or, like, more than one, I think. But it's illegal except for, like, in Utah.
Yeah.
I think Utah and, like, BC.
But they're not... you know what? They're not getting divorced. Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Options. Options.
But can wives have other husbands?
Nah. Oh, oh man, that really does suck for them though. Imagine being one of the wives and you're like number 22 on the list.
That'd be a weird fucking culture,
But
man.
they're
Because
fucking
like,
agreeing to it though.
but you hear about those guys that have had like families in like 2 different states or like 2 cities, and like fuck, nobody knows nothing. Like, and they got kids in both spots, and like it's like they're coaching softball in one and hockey in the other, like, and like they're like literally living 2 lives, and neither house knows about the other, and then it all comes crashing down, and it's like, how the fuck? No way! Like, it would be devastating, you know? Like, it's just so shocking. Like, imagine, you know, you found out, you know, your old man had another whole thing going on, and you know, fucking another. You'd be like, what? Really? I don't believe it.
No,
you know, it'd be crazy, right? Like,
it's true. The whole, I don't know. I think this hookup culture is a sign of the whole monogamy and how it's.
But it's low risk, right? Like
low
these
risk,
people are like, that's the thing. It's low risk, but like people don't put any effort in.
Yeah.
And like the friends with benefits thing, you know, it's also it falls into that, right? Because at a certain point. That's what it kind of is, you know, like if they carry it on.
Well, no, there's also like, okay, so there's the relationships in general, they're different now. Right? Like back in the day, it used to be very simple. You know, you were in a committed relationship or you weren't. Now we have different lines. We have friends with benefits where, you know, you guys are both, the friendship is there, the sex is there, but the commitment to each other is not there. Mm-hmm. And then you have things like open relationships where it's like, I can bang you, but I can also bang anybody else I want, right? You have open relationships, and those are things. Those are valid things. Then they even have these things where it's like I saw these. It's where you're committed to each other emotionally, but you're allowed to introduce partners into your sex life, right? So there's a whole bunch of weird options that you can have nowadays.
I think, but if it's 2 people that's what they're into, then what's wrong with that? Like, I mean, if they're together, and like if this third option, like if they're like, oh, let's do a 3-way, but like that's getting them going and they're cool with it, go for it. I don't fucking give a shit. Like whatever you're doing behind closed doors, that's fine.
No, but it comes down to like, because like,
but they're maintaining their thing, right? Like, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like they still call each other boyfriend girlfriend, but they're like, oh no, I'm going to be banging him tonight. right?
Well, that's an open relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, open.
That's where, like, that's an open relationship. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you meant where, like, you know, if two people are, like, they're not doing it without the other person.
Oh, yeah. That's a thing, too.
Like
That's a thing, too.
swingers.
Swingers, yeah.
You know, kind of.
Swingers are a thing, too, yeah.
But, like, maybe you're not, yeah. Like, I mean, in that way, but, yeah, I think that's different. But I'm like, fuck, who cares then?
Alright.
At least they're fucking together.
Yeah.
Literally fucking together. You know what I mean? Like,
Dimes, would you be okay with that? You and a girl, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, listen, I have a friend. She's hot. She wants to get in on it.
it's a
I wouldn't
trick.
be. Yeah, isn't that usually a trick question?
Well, no,
So
no.
if a girl ever asks you that, Admiral Akbar, that shit, it's a trap.
Yeah,
But would you be cool with it, though?
yeah. I don't think a girl would ever say that, man.
Yeah,
I
you
think
never
it's
know.
a test, to be honest.
You
I think
never
it's
know.
a test. I think it's a test.
Okay.
I think it's a test.
That's...
But
I
yeah,
had somebody say that to me when I was like fucking 20, man. And I was dating her, and I thought for sure, I'm like, no way, this is a fucking joke. And I'm like, yeah, no. Like, you know, I'm 20. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, of course, in my head, but I'm like, no, because I'm like, it's a trap, right?
Yeah.
And then I found out later, like months later, when it wasn't an option on the table. No, it was like a legit offer.
Oh shit!
And I was like, huh.
Fuck.
And the other, her friend was like really attractive too. And I was like, well, yeah, if it's like that shit can just happen, like just happen spur of the moment, I think, right? Like, I mean, it happens. But if it's like, yeah, a girlfriend asking you or like a wife, be very cautious of what you answer.
yeah, I agree.
There is no right answer.
There's no right answer. There's
Yeah.
no right answer.
So, I think when it comes to hookup culture, I think it really reflects the times that we're in right now. You know, with the divorce rate going up and all that stuff.
I wonder what it is, the
But-
divorce rate.
So like, well,
Like, what do you think it is?
50, man, probably
think so?
55, 45.
Probably.
It's
so
because, like,
curious,
fuck, man. Well, look at society, right? Like, look, this could explain, like, even, like, 20-somethings, even, like, early 30-somethings, like, people near me, you know, my people. There's shows like The fucking Bachelor, man.
Yeah.
Like, look at these fucking shows.
That's a meat market right there.
But look at it. But what is it promoting? You know, like,
hookup culture.
basically it is.
It's like,
right?
go through 20 guys. And the one that gets you good, that's yours.
yeah,
That's...
But maybe
Or
one of those
women,
guys ain't
yeah.
the guy, you know? And it's
Most
just
of it,
people
they
are
don't.
watching this, right? People are seeing all this shit on TV. And, like, all these popular shows is like, oh, my God, she likes this guy and that guy and this guy. And it's
I
like,
hate
I get
that.
it, man. Sex in the City.
Yeah.
But, you know, the other thing is, like, but that's options, right? And that's the other
Yeah.
that's the other footnote here in this article is plenty of options and plenty of hookups, but people are still lonely.
Yeah, of course. Because
You
at the
know?
end of the day, you're not at the end of the day, those types of relationships, you're not fully fulfilled. Yes, you're getting the sex. Yes, you're getting, you know, you can hang out with somebody, but you're not getting that fucking
yeah. That's
the
the
L
thing.
word. You're not getting the L word. You're not getting that connection.
Yeah, it's like a
You know,
society.
so-
Yeah, so people at the end
Yeah.
of the day,
What
man,
word is
they're
that?
not fulfilled.
love. At the end of the day, hold on. Don't you think that a perfect relationship should involve love? Love should have, like, the person that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. Shouldn't you love that person?
If you're okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. I agree.
Okay.
Now, 3 months into a Tinder thing, if people throwing that word around.
No. You shouldn't be. But
know?
let's just say you've passed the 6-month probation period. You've met each other's families. You've already started making plans.
No, I get it.
Isn't it
And I
time to-
agree.
yeah,
No,
just- yeah.
not necessarily.
Okay, I'm just saying love.
You're going to say it just because you have plans? You know?
I'm assuming you want look. I haven't gone past.
Well, we're going. We're all going to the cottage. Well, fuck, I better get it out. You know, no.
yeah,
See if you survive the cottage, then talk.
yeah, I guess.
You know, what
Listen,
do
I
you
don't-
think about this, Dimes? About too many options, plenty of hookups, but people are just still empty.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like, the hookup culture promotes that idea in society where it's leaving people, like, I personally think people are, at the end of the day, they're slightly miserable, feeling empty. There's no fulfillment. Like, no matter how much times you hook up, you're never gonna feel fulfilled, in my opinion. You just won't. So I don't know why people keep doing it.
Because sex is good.
You know when I feel good, man? After I demo a bag of popcorn at the movies. Like that kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So you're just saying, well, is it...
I don't know. It's
but do you
opposite
think
of
it's
Special K. Like,
but who's to blame? Is it the guys or is it the girls? Because, like, because I look like, are girls letting guys get away with all this because they're just like,
Yeah,
hopefully this next guy doesn't leave.
Yeah, I think, okay, like, if you let's say you hook up with some guy, I think sometimes some of these girls are hooking up with the guy in hopes that that's enough to keep him around.
But girls have all the power. That's the fucked up thing, right? Like, we've all agreed, like, and you guys have told me, like, their inboxes are, like, they, like, more... They have more options than most guys, right? Like, you know, like they can control that game, but they choose not to when they want. Like, they control it when they want to.
Yeah.
But then there's all these times where they don't, and they don't give a fuck. And then, like, if you were to ask them about it, they get mad at you for questioning their behavior. And it's like, really? Okay. But, like, you hold all the cards, you know? Like,
listen, Special K's viewpoint was different compared to the article because you said monogamy might not be practical, right?
he's saying it like, yeah, is it wrong?
For some people,
does it
listen,
not work?
I think a lot of people kid themselves when they get into these monogamous relationships, and all of a sudden they're starting to cheat. Like, here's the thing. I think if you are a cheater and then you're a serial cheater, then marriage is not for you. Just admit it to yourself.
I think, you know what? I think
just dig deep into the hookup culture.
Yeah.
Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy broke out.
Boom. Yeah, and
It's a great example.
I think Kermit's with another pig, right? I saw it. She was with like another, like a hotter.
Another pig.
Another pig. Well, I saw a picture. I don't know. You guys are... No. Okay, look, what I'm saying is that it's... I don't know, man. I just think...
Listen, I think people need to identify which way they're going. Like, if you know you're hooking up all the time, then monogamy isn't for you, and identify that. But some people just don't know what they're doing.
No. Maybe you're just not there yet. Like, maybe you went in too quick to get into something too serious, or maybe there's other things, right? Like, we don't know. Like, everybody's different. Like, maybe the next relationship they have, there's no urge to do anything. Like, they're all committed. Everybody's good to go for the next fucking 50 years. But, like, it's too many options. You gotta be able. They gotta, like, tone that shit down, you know. And I think it starts now.
Here's the thing. I'd rather have at the end of the day, if I'm going to be with somebody, I'd rather have them, gone through the cock carousel than have those what ifs later on when I decide to be serious with them. Because, like,
but
I don't want them to have, like, be with me, and then all of a sudden halfway through they're like, man, I wish I actually rode the cock carousel a bit longer. Fuck that. At that point.
Well, I don't know if they're going to tell you that.
But listen,
like, does it bother you that, like, you could technically be pursuing or in dialogue with someone, but then all of a sudden they disappear because online dating kicks in, or like their options are open, and then they're doing their own thing, and then you find out like they're fucking like starting something up or in a relationship with somebody that's like in relative terms like a loser. You know what I mean? Like you don't really understand why they're even with that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're like, well, like, the person didn't even have a real job.
Oh, no,
and,
listen.
like, they don't even really have fucking, like, an education. Like, what? Oh, okay, yeah, so, they got their own place. Cool. Yeah, okay, good for you.
Yeah.
Most people do now. So what is it? Like, what is it that they were pursuing? Choosing these people for what reason? Is it the dick? Because you know what? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it comes down to. And we should put that poll out there. We should poll that shit because you know what? I think it just comes down to the dick. I think that's the thing. They maybe that's it. I don't know.
I think top dick
I'm moving
wins.
my arms around like fucking people are going to notice. But
No. Like, I think that there definitely has a factor. I I remember I got dumped once because like she was like I was trying to explain like, well, what does this guy have, like, what thing or whatever. Like the guy was like a gambling addict, crack addict, whatever. And I was like, well, why with this guy, whatever, right? And he's like, oh well, I knew him like for 2 more months more than I knew you. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I found out later.
Well, hey man,
2 more months over me, and that really makes the difference. That really
maybe he dropped the L word.
Maybe,
2 months.
Maybe he did. Maybe he did. But I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, that's a little different.
I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah I don't know. Man.
Look, all I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's that weird fucking thing out there. I can't explain it. I can't explain, you know, what, and that's cool. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Hopefully, you know, because I've heard these stories out there, right? And like people tell me shit, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like a guy I know, he just told me this story where like, yeah, he was like kind of like seeing this girl, whatever, and he didn't meet her online, but she was online dating, and he was like kind of aware of it, and then gone, like, you know what I mean? And like lukewarm, like, oh yeah, well let's meet up, yeah, like kind of keeping him, stringing him along, I guess, if the other thing doesn't work. And then the other thing, I guess, and he asked, and she's like, yeah, well I've been seeing this other guy too, and he's like, oh okay, cool, well, you know, I haven't. I thought we were kind of seeing what was up here. And like the guy, like the guy sucked on every single, like every check mark you would put in a box. The guy fucking failed. But she was going to the guy. Like she kept going. And then eventually, you know, like, yeah, he landed her, you know? And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck could that guy be bringing? And he, like,
so you,
guy,
okay. Yeah.
The guy was like a dummy too. Like, you know, from what my buddy told me, like, you know what I mean? It was like, she was like, well, you're more intellectual. He's more simple-minded. Like, so he's even an idiot, you know? Like, so he's like one of these guys where it's like, he fucking is losing on every step of the way.
Yeah.
You know, I guess he must fucking lift some weights. Like, I don't know what could possibly, but like, and then I'm like, I told my buddy, I'm like, you know what? Fuck, you're better off knowing this today.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? Yeah, 100% knowing this today.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Let her go do that. Like, you know what? Fuck. Best case scenario. Well, I mean, I'm like, hopefully she gets knocked up in fucking like 6 months and she's stuck with that guy. But,
yeah.
You know, like, because that's misery right there. Unless she's in with it. And then it's like, okay, cool. But good for him to know that up front. Okay. Pretty quick.
You know what it is too. I think that, I mean, girls in particular too. I was telling Dimes about this. They're almost kind of like wine, in the sense of like, you know, you can have.
Where do you get these analogies from?
Listen, I think of these things, but anyways, I was like, they're kind of like wine in the sense.
Stuff them in an oak cask.
No, I actually said this after a breakup because I told one of my boys this after. I was like, this girl, she was like when I hooked, she was like she was 19 or whatever, right? And I was like, you know what? She's kind of like a bottle of wine. I've taken a taste of her at 19, right? Pretty good, tasted pretty good, but just not the right time for me. So what I did was put her back in the cellar. Other guys are gonna have a drink, maybe taste, you know, but she's gonna age eventually, right? And if I'm in the cellar one day and I'm single at that time, and that bottle is free, maybe it will be a better glass then. But I'm just saying, sometimes you gotta let these girls.
No, there's a good chance that bottle's broken.
I like that.
Fair,
I think Moves is right.
Maybe the bottle could. The bottle could be broken.
You're trying to take a swig out of some fucking half
could
bottle and glass in your mouth.
Listen, it could be very well that bottle could be broken by then. But if the chances are, and that bottle is still good and it has aged gracefully, I'm willing to take a sip of it then. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
So why wait, man? There's a lot of older ladies out there. You know?
No, because
they've aged.
I don't want.
They're a fine wine.
I want a wine in a particular year period. I don't want. I don't want.
See, I mean, you're not a real wine drinker.
Clearly, I'm not. No, but what I'm saying is that people go through periods, and I think the hookup culture is big for people in their 20s because that's the time period to do it. You don't want to be in hookup culture when you're in your late 30s and 40s. If you're in there in the hookup culture in your late 30s and 40s, you're probably going to be in it forever. I don't know.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Especially.
Do you want to go to the next bullet?
Yeah, we could be. Yeah.
So hooking up ultimately leads to heartbreak, and then she's obviously basically saying the girls are just hooking up with guys, hoping that the next one is gonna fall. You know, they're gonna make it work.
That's like my wine hope that it's going to be a good piece of wine, but you know, at the end of the day, you never know.
But this is the point: is that she's actually saying, like, what was this in, anyways, man? I don't even. Is this a real thing? So, like, yeah, like, she's basically solidifying or like reinforcing like our comments about, like, they're just doing it with the hope that the next one doesn't just stop calling or stop texting or
it's a gamble.
Hook up.
You know what it is? You go into something nowadays, you don't know if that person's a sex addict. You don't know if that person's bouncing between 3 other people. It's a gamble nowadays, and I think I think at the end of the day, you have 2 options. You either don't participate, you stay out of it, and you know what, you pull the whole.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Lonely thing, and then
that's kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then that's how you spend your nights watching a lot of porn and shit, and.
Oh, you're throwing me under the bus, or
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You got 2 options.
Yeah. You got an X, man. You got an X.
But you know what?
Call of Duty's coming out. Don't worry.
Yeah, but you know what? What
I was gonna say leads us into the next time. There's sex robots, right?
Oh my god!
I'm just saying that's.
Oh yeah, sex robots. That's right.
That's the. So listen, the option is
you got 10 grand. Isn't it like 10 grand minimum?
I don't know, man. I know a fucking great massage chair is $5,000.
Yeah,
but I don't know how much a sex robot is.
It's probably expensive. It's probably expensive.
Yeah,
but okay, go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is that you have the 2 options. You either participate in it, and hopefully, you know what the hookup culture is almost like the Ring of Fire.
Hold on, slow down. I want to say something.
Yes,
I think also the hookup culture exists because
chlamydia.
What?
The other Ring of Fire, isn't that the other Ring of Fire?
STDs, dimes.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
What were you saying?
I think for like a solid relationship, I think you really got to get to know the person, right? But people, you know how fast-paced society is, right? Like everyone's always working 2 or 3 jobs, whatever the case is. I think, people are probably just really... It's the easier route to just participate in the hookup culture, right? I think that's why another reason why people do it, rather than take the time, which people don't have, to necessarily get to know someone a lot more.
Yeah, but I agree.
I think that's a factor. I'm not saying it's a sole factor.
I agree. That's probably why online dating has come up. I'm not saying online dating or like options are horrible for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I see what you're saying. Like, people are like, I got no time for this. Like, I got no time for that. Like, I'm a fucking business person. Like, but I want to be in a relationship or I want to get set up. Well, fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, but I think there's better options to do that than, Tinder or like these other things. But like, the options are always there for everybody. You know, now it's hard to put the genie back in the bottle. You can't. And like people's lives, like I understand like the fast paced, like if you're like a young professional and you're like go getter, career getter. Okay, I get it. Maybe like, fuck, you don't have time to go out and stay out late and like go do this and that. You need an avenue to meet people that like maybe is more in what you do or what you're into, because like you can't count on going out with friends to meet people that you're going to be interested in, right?
Yeah.
It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's where I can see things, you're doing that to like actively search for somebody because you're really busy. But who the fuck, like 20 somethings are that busy now that they can't fucking stop for a minute? Like, really?
Well,
like it's that busy, because like busyness is a creation of your own making, in some aspects. Like if you have a job, then it's a professional thing. But if you don't, and you're in school or whatever, or you're a part-time fucking waitress, not that that's like, I've dated a few. I'm just saying, you got the time. Like when people are like, like it's not an excuse.
So it might just cater to some demographic. Like there are people who don't have, like I get what you're saying. There are people who have the time but might use the excuse that they don't. But then there are people who legit don't have the time. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I get the whole time thing. Maybe you don't have time, relationship, blah blah, and all
I'm
that
not saying
stuff.
it's right. I'm just saying why it's happening.
I'm just saying that it just comes down to personal usage. If you're so busy that you can't commit to a real relationship, then dive into the non-committing hookup culture. You know, get into the cow carousel because it's easier. You go on, you go off, and
I get
you're
it.
on your way, right? But if not, then you know what? Commit some time, even if you're busy as fuck. Get into a relationship and be committed to it. Stick to it. You know. So I think your two options are: be committed, stick to that one thing, or hop on the cock carousel. And
what's the other option? You just said what the options are.
Sex robots.
You wanted to,
You're really into the
let's
sex
talk.
robots,
All right.
eh?
So especially
Okay.
people are going to do whatever the fuck they want to do on that. I don't know. We kind of went all over, but that article written by a woman.
Yeah,
Not really quite sure what her point was, other than I agreed with the fact that people are getting fucked in the head.
100%.
And that, like, they're not going to be able to identify possibly when, like, they're not going to understand when they should stop, maybe.
That's the real. That's the real trick.
Maybe like, oh,
that is the real
like, this is
trick.
the person. Maybe I should give them a chance.
Yeah.
Like some fucking guy that they meet somewhere and like literally but they're too busy. Oh no, I got something else going on, and like that guy's fucked because they're busy with text messages. Meanwhile, if there's somebody who actually wants to fucking talk to them.
My only advice to the people inside the hookup culture and inside is that use it to get all your shit out before you get into something real.
They don't give a fuck. They're hearing, even if they're listening to this, they're like, you don't, fuck you.
Yeah, probably.
They're like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do because I'm doing it now. And I'll fucking, and that's how they think, right?
Wait till you got, like, that kid in you, and then, I don't know, man.
And that's where I started thinking, like, you know what? Maybe, like, the world's full of, like, fuck, how many people are on this goddamn planet now? 7 billion.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
I think 2 of them.
And like people like to say like the 1%ers, and like we're gonna have a podcast where we talk about the real 1%ers, like because there's a lot to say about the control of the world and all that. But there's a thing where like there's always gonna be garbage men, right? And there's always gonna be a guy, the homeless, and there's always gonna be somebody. There's always gonna be some. Not everybody can be the fucking, and this is where people say the fucking stockbroker.
Yeah.
The money manager, the financial advisor. You know what? They fucking gamble with your money, man. And when they lose, you think they give a fuck? They don't give a fuck, man. Because they got their fucking nice car and their nice house and all this shit. Fuck. They don't care. Most of them don't give a fuck. Like, I've been there. I've been in that world. I know they don't. Even though they say they do. Like, maybe some do. But anyways, I look at it like people maybe are the same. Mm-hmm. Like there's different tiers in like society for what we believe is successful, for work and, for human achievement, like education or whatever. Education is a good thing. But I think people are the same. These people could be the scum of the planet. Like just because there's however many people online, like using Tinder or online dating or whatever, or doing whatever, maybe that's because they're destined to do that because they're fucked up, and that they were gonna fuck a relationship anyway.
So you're saying they're that tier of people?
They're that tier of people.
I get it. Yeah,
they're the low tier.
Yeah, I get
and maybe they were gonna fuck a relationship. Like maybe they meet you or somebody else that, maybe they meet somebody who's not like that, and they get into it with them, and then they act fucked up, and like this is how they treat that person. Let them be in that pool fucking each other over for eternity.
Yeah.
Let them get old doing it. Let them age out and be fucking, late 30s, swipe and going, well, fuck, like everybody seems to have fucking problems now. And it's like, well, you did it to yourselves. Fuck, throw away the goddamn key to that cell.
Yeah.
Put them all on a goddamn island.
Yeah.
Fuck it, and then send the cameras in. Let me watch that. That's a show I'd watch. You know what I mean?
No, but that makes sense, Moves. That makes sense. Like, it's a tier of people,
this is what they're into. Just fucking let them just all fuck each other over and bang. And, let that all happen.
I got no problem. I think,
The problem is, I think that normal people aren't identifying, and they're trying to get in on it. They're trying to get in on it. Like, they're like, maybe I can actually meet somebody in there.
Yeah, and pull them out.
and pull them out. But it's like, no, you can't, because that other person, they went in trying to just bang. Like, if you're cool, like if that's the story you want to tell your grandkids, well, you know, I wanted to bang that night, so. And then your grandma, she was looking to get banged.
Yeah.
No, now you guys are here. You know, like, nice story, Gramps. Nice story. Tell that one. Guess what? You're not gonna. Anyways, okay, we want to talk about the sex robots.
Yeah. No, because Dime said that he's been looking into these sex robots.
Like you heard about them. Like, it's not like you're actually
Special K. What is this, man?
Okay,
throw me under the bus, bro.
Hold on.
I just said I found a YouTube video.
Okay,
and all of a sudden I'm interested in purchasing one.
Oh, is that video with that? Like, I think I saw.
Yeah, it was just a random video on YouTube
where the guy had a conversation.
Yeah, like they're programming them to have like all this AI functionality, and then
that was pretty high tech stuff until she was just like, you know, what is she like? Do you have a big penis?
Yeah, she was making
like, you know, random, like out of nowhere. Like, I think he was saying like, how was your day today?
Yeah.
My day was fine.
Yeah.
Do you have a big one? And it's like, whoa, all right, this robot is asking some questions.
No, like basically, some people are like really against it. Like, this guy was getting, like, he was on some talk show. I guess the inventor of one of these robots. He was on some talk show and he was getting grilled. Of course,
because people are now looking at this thing as like, is this going to replace? You know who really?
No, it's not going to replace.
Obviously not.
Hold on, you know who it's going to replace? Escorts and prostitutes.
No,
it won't. Listen. You know what this is? I'll tell you what this is.
Sex robot den versus a bordello of original.
Well, I think you're looking at a mad fetish there. Like, if someone's
listen.
visit, like, it's a robot.
Hold on, have you seen the movie Ex Machina?
Yeah.
No, I heard it's a good movie.
She plays that's
a real person, though.
But what I'm saying is, imagine they got. Hold on.
That's highly intelligent. Yeah. That's not just.
If they ever got robots to that freaking level where it looks like the real thing,
they will.
Feels like the real thing.
Blade Runner. You know,
Blade Runner.
Sure.
Then we're in trouble.
Yeah,
then we're in trouble.
Man. Like, because nobody's walking in iRobot. Like,
yeah. Because listen, Pornhub has a lot of data on this stuff, and what I'm saying is that porn and guys and addictions, it's climbing up. The more porn out there.
Okay, I can see that if somebody has the option of, if they're fucking sitting around at home or wherever they are, and it's like, well, I got the option of nothing, or a fucking sex robot.
Yeah,
I could see there's
a market for that.
There's a market for that.
Yeah,
but like, if you're talking about a guy that has some money, that's like, you know, he doesn't fucking, like, he's not into this shit, and he's like, I'm not fucking beating around with nothing. I'm gonna fucking just get an escort.
Yeah.
He's not buying a robot. He wants a fucking real person. Like, he wants that.
All
real
it
person.
is, yeah.
What if cost enters the equation? What an escort's what, $200-300? What if I can get you a close to human robot, $20?
Buddy, they're not $20 though.
$20.
Buddy, they're not $20 though. They're
listen. A digital. Let's say the owner of the robot. Let's just call him a pimp, robot pimp for sake of a better name. If he buys the robot for $10,000, let's say $10,000 cost of it. All of a sudden, he's charging $20 a pop. He can make his money back in some time. You buy a few of them, do a little bit of a rotation.
There's a market. Like, I see what you're saying, but like there's a market, and people would maybe check it out. Like, there's people out there, like, I know that I saw some documentary where they're taking like porn actors and actresses, and they make like physical, like, recreations of their bodies.
Yeah.
And then, like, they sell that, like, made out of fucking, I don't know what it's made out of.
Some type of silicone thing.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, like, whatever. And they're doing that, and people are buying it, and they're having sex with, like, half of torso.
This started, I think this started with Japan.
Shit.
Yeah.
Everything does, man.
Japan started that stuff. But
they do that.
All it is, dude, it's just a sex toy for guys. It's all it is. Just like a dildo for girls.
Yeah, it's a sex
toy. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yeah, what if they make a sex robot with like a guy?
Yeah, it's just a toy. Like, okay.
You know what? I bet you more girls would fucking possibly go after that.
See, that's what I'm saying. The sex robot industry can be a thing, both male and female.
Yeah.
Right? Because at the end of the day, okay,
It can be, and it probably will be.
You just said that you were afraid of getting STDs. What if I told you can sleep with any girl? She could look whatever particular way you want.
It's not a real person.
It's different, dude. It's
now,
different.
but eventually
It's
it
still
will
not
be.
a real person.
It's not. Yeah, but what if I can get you close?
Okay,
90%.
we're also gauging all of our 90%. Like, we're gauging it off fucking movies. I know you're thinking about a movie, which is created by us using real people or digitally created images. This is an actual fucking robot. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
It's not the same experience, Special K. I'm sorry.
it can't be.
Oh, of course, it's not going to be the same experience. But listen, at the end of the day,
I've agreed there's a market for it.
At the end of the day, would you rather jerk yourself off or get a freaking robot to do it for a price, for a decent price?
I'd rather jerk myself off.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, if the robot can, let me see if I can find a picture of this robot. Because I swear to God.
I saw the video.
Yeah, we know what they look like. Special K.
I saw. If anybody out there is like, "What the fuck are they?"
Come on, look
talking
at
about?
that. I'm showing a blonde, big-breasted robot.
It's a robot.
You wouldn't hit that though?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
So anybody that's curious, if you're hearing this and you're like, "What are these guys talking about?" Google sex robot.
Dimes.
There's a YouTube, or do it on YouTube.
I know.
Yeah, there's YouTube
I know
videos.
you're into
And
brunettes.
how do I even know that's
It's
a real person? Like, I mean,
You don't?
Kay's showing us some images of. I don't even know if it's a real person, like, or if it's a real sex
I don't
robot.
even know. At this point, I don't even know.
Anyways, I'm not going to change my mind just because you're showing me pictures of some attractive
Special
sex
K.
robot. It's still a sex robot that still kind of looks fake.
Okay.
And like, if you touch it, I don't know. I've never touched a sex robot.
So now we're
maybe
basically
it doesn't feel like skin. Now, if you're telling me they're going to graft human skin onto this thing, we're in a whole different fucking world.
okay.
Where you're now like, that's a cyborg? I don't even know.
So now basically it's okay.
You're
What the fuck are we
RoboCop,
talking
right? We're at
about?
RoboCop level.
Yeah.
See, I'm willing to accept the beta versions of these robots, but I'm just saying, let's say eventually they get to the Blade Runner level, Ex Machina level,
Well, we're
the
long
real
dead,
level.
but okay.
But if we get to that level where they're pretty convincing, but we know deep down that yes, they're robots. Let's say
if they're at that level, I'm more concerned about them killing me. I'll be honest with you.
they're not going to kill you.
Well, you're talking about that movie, man. Like, you're saying they're going to be at this highly intelligent level. Yeah, no, you're telling me they're going to be at this highly intelligent level. At that
no,
point,
but they're designed for sex.
Oh, like what's that show now? Westworld or whatever.
Yeah,
I
Westworld.
haven't seen
Westworld. Okay, Westworld is the perfect example. Have
It's
you seen
also a
Westworld?
I don't
fucking
know what
television show with real people.
But I'm just saying, if
I don't
those
know what
robots
Westworld-
were real,
yeah,
Jesus, we're living in golden times.
I don't know what Westworld.
Well,
is.
no, because that's the thing, right? Is that like, I think, and I don't watch the show, but people have explained it to
It's
me.
really good.
Is that the robots actually they feel things, right?
Is
like
this
they
on
develop
Netflix?
that,
Yeah, that's
and
where it gets
like the
very-
thing where
that's
it's
where it
like
gets
they're
scary.
actually, they know what's happening to them.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like, I mean, well, I'm not saying like, obviously maybe this robot's not going to know, like, oh, like, fuck. But it's still a fucking robot. And I agree. Yes, and I think all three of us agree there's going to be a market for it. There probably already is a
There
big
is.
market
Japan's
for it.
huge. I already know Japan's
Even here,
huge.
like, people will buy it. Like, like people with money that are into that, like a fetish guy or somebody or girl, woman, they're going to go, well, fuck. Yeah, all right, I'll try this out. Why not?
Listen, you could run a 100% legal prostitution ring because these are now robots.
Nobody's going to go to it.
Listen, listen. You don't
Nobody's going to
understand.
it. Nobody's-
Some of these guys are sick. They will fuck anything. They will fuck they'll do anything.
these are-
if you
these
give
are
them a
probably-
nice-
Why would they go
These
to
are-
that? Why would they go to
Because
that when
cost
they could go to a
effective-
massage parlor or they could go to a fucking escort?
Because
like, they can have somebody show up
they're
at
like
their house.
because they're dimes. They're afraid of getting STDs. They're afraid of getting killed. Listen,
okay, yeah, but we're not talking. That's a few, man. Like, you've got guys getting arrested on the street for soliciting fucking prostitution in this very city. They have options. They have other options. They don't have to do that anymore. And they're still doing it.
Go to Pacific Mall.
I'm just saying, there's options for everything. Like, yes, this is going to be another option
Yes,
for people to
one day eventually.
to do, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, fuck, like, it's not going to be $20. And
Okay.
like, it's like, you could go, you could go buy a massage chair. Like I said, $5,000, right? There's like a $5,000 massage chair. I saw it on Unbox Therapy.
Yeah.
Right? Great fucking channel. Yeah. But the thing is, there's cheaper. But guess what? People don't. You know, they still go get a fucking massage. And not like a fucking special massage. They just go get a massage.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they go to a registered, like an RMT. Or maybe they go to a rub and tug, but they just get a massage. They just want to get a massage. They're not looking for a fucking handy.
Yeah, some people probably just do like the...
Some people just do it for fucking the words that are written on the fucking front of the storefront. It says massage.
Yeah.
You know what?
Entrance in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like... People are probably using it for very normal things, even though the people there are like ready for fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
This is the same. Like, you know what? There's going to be people that are all in on it, just like the massage stuff, because you can go out and you can buy. I like massages.
Okay.
Who doesn't? You know what I mean? Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Everybody loves a massage. I've never gone to a fucking spot. You know, I've never done that.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't afford a $5,000 massage chair. I can't afford a fucking $2,000 massage chair. You know, I guess I'm stuck if I really want to buying one of those fucking hand massages, which I guess doubles as a fucking sex toy at the fucking Home Sense that I see them selling. You know, it's the options are there. You know, like there's the cheap options for people. There's the expensive. You're going to find your fucking spot, you know? And if people want to have sex with a fucking silicone, fake half torso of, like a famous porn star, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna. And there's a market for that. If somebody has more money and they're like, I can have a fucking sex robot that looks fucking like a human.
Yeah.
That's going to talk a little bit and fuck, you know, whatever, and stare at me with those robot eyes. I don't know. They're going to do it. Yeah, they're going to do it. But if you're telling me somebody could have a sustainable business where they're going to fucking pay rent and have like a flowing supply of clients, I don't think so. I think you're further ahead getting into 3D technology.
I just think robotics have come a long way, and these robots are these first generation of sex bots are proving that.
Fuck, I'd like to talk to the creators.
Because they know that at the end of the
like who. Like,
they know that
probably normal guys too. Like they probably fucking have like they probably pick up,
but they see the market. They see no, you know what? It's just a market. You know what it is? They see a market because at the end of the day, they know that there's a lot of guys out there that won't go to prostitutes, that won't pay for sex. At the same time, they don't maybe even have the ability to pick up in the bar.
Guess where? Well, fuck.
So that's why there's that gray zone of guys that are like, fuck, I can't get sex from the bar. I can't get sex. Paying for it, I'm going to get it from a robot. The safe way. It's the safe way. It's the easy way.
If you're at the point where you can't pay for it. Yeah. Like you can't financially obtain it. You can't on your own. Yeah. Like go out and like eventually find somebody that's willing to do that with you. Yeah. Just fucking your next stop shouldn't be the fucking because like you're failing in your career. Or your personal life because you don't have any more money. You can't like pick anybody up. Like your next spot shouldn't be the fucking sex robot parlor. It should be a gun store. You should end it because you know you're over. Like I don't know, man. Like that's just off the top of my head. But like at that point, like. Okay, maybe don't do that. No, every life is precious. Go to the sex robots. Just, you know, fuck, man. Like, just hopefully it doesn't malfunction.
Listen, I just think
and let's cleanliness. Like, you can't.
Easy to clean, man. Silicone, a little bit of hot water, and you're good.
Who's got that job? Because the robot can't do it. The robot can't do it, right? Like at least like a hooker or an escort, they can do it. Like the robot, somebody's got to go in there and be like, well, you're up, bud. Time to
mark my words. Maybe 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever.
Is that a minimum wage?
There's going to be a guy one day. We're going to call him a robot pimp. And his job is basically going to be just like, delivering these
Not in our
girls.
lifetime, man.
He's going to be delivering these girls to these clients' houses and then bringing them home and then washing them down with a hose at night.
That's so gross.
That's going to be his job.
That's so
Yeah, but
gross.
it's such a small market. It's such a small niche market where, this guy wants to bang, and I'm sure there's gonna be like a black market, like you want to have sex with fucking a movie star. We'll do it.
There we go.
That. Yeah, we can do that. We'll put some famous, celebrity's face on it.
Yeah.
And we'll fucking take digital renderings from everything and figure out what her body is, and we'll create the
give
sex
me
robot. But god damn it, man! Like, I think I smell lawsuit when that
Give me
happens.
a 90s Jennifer Aniston. Put me down for one of
Is
those.
that your order?
That's one of my orders. But listen, can you imagine
Really?
that?
Special K is all about
90s
this.
Jennifer Aniston.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine? Well, she's one.
Really go back to her, yeah.
Can you imagine? Like, go. Hold on, there is a market. Imagine being able to bang the hottest girls in history via robot.
In history.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know how hot they were?
From pictures, they'll do pictures. They'll do renderings.
Have you seen the pictures of these fucking chicks? Are we talking 1800s and shit?
No.
1500s?
I'm talking about
Joan of Arc.
No. Hold on. Let's say picture renderings of.
Like they're wearing the corsets and those weird fucking dresses.
Okay, Marilyn Monroe. Some people found her. I was like, but imagine they did an actual Pamela Anderson in her prime, robot wise.
Oh, like Home Improvement days.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you, man.
You pay for it.
No, I hear. Well, no, I wouldn't. But
He's trying to convert you.
I'm not paying for that.
Pam Anderson,
It's a robot.
90%.
Pam Anderson.
90%
It's
identical.
not Pam Anderson. Then
They'll
it's
get
a
her
robot.
voice. Listen, they'll also pay her. Look, she'll probably be looking for work then.
She'll sue their ass.
She'll pay. Like all you have to say is yes.
No, anyways, I don't agree. Like, people are gonna do it. People are gonna try to do it. Like, people are gonna be like, "Give me Megan Fox Transformers Part 1." You know, like,
you put me down for one of those.
you know, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, people, for sure,
Yeah,
people are gonna want that, but it's like, okay, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
That robot is gonna cost you $10,000.
No. Let's
You know
say they
what I
can.
mean?
Yeah. Okay.
No, because then it turns into who the fuck knows who she is.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be like you fucking go to this, like, it's not like going to, like, buy a cake and you're flipping through the book.
No.
You know, like,
okay,
oh, yeah,
hold
this
on.
is what I want.
Let me show you
this
the
is what I put that in there. I want this one.
The exoskeleton
You know?
is the robot, but the
they're
exterior
not-
shells are going to be coming in packages. You can get yourself the Megan Fox. You can get yourself.
Okay, you're really reaching
You know?
here, buddy, because I didn't see any of this in that video.
I'm giving it.
He's thinking
Like,
ahead.
listen,
He's thinking
really
ahead.
putting your own spin on it.
I'm
man.
giving it to these guys.
The
You want to make
video I
money?
saw,
He's
they didn't
into
even
it.
get the robot
Special
naked.
K's into it.
The robot didn't
Listen.
even get naked. I don't even know if the robot's finished. But
I'm thinking
the
ahead of my
robot
time.
Could talk a little bit.
Yeah.
And it still was a robot. It was kind of weird. They made it somewhat robot attractive.
Yeah.
If you're ready to have sex with a robot,
Yeah.
I guess, but like what you're talking about, man, like we got a better chance at a fucking, I guess we got a better chance at this. I was going to say we got a better chance at like a holodeck. You know what I mean? Like a straight up just fucking fake images around
They're
you.
not putting work into that.
That's basically 3D, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Except you can actually tangibly touch objects created out of nothing. I mean, that gives a whole new meaning to that.
Yeah.
Star Trek holodeck. Like, what the fuck are all they doing up in there? I think everybody's just fucking having fun. Your sex robot, I don't know, buddy. So, like, I'm not buying. Like, I'm selling.
I'm not-
Like,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
selling
not-
on that. I'll say buy and sell. Are you buying or selling?
I'm selling, yeah.
I'm selling.
I'm buying when the product's close to 90%. You get me a prime Pamela
You're
Anderson.
gonna be so old, you won't even fucking Viagra will give you a heart attack by that point.
Listen, if I can still get it up at that age and I can get a Pam Anderson, I'm going out that way.
And
Then
you know what? That's how you want to be remembered. Well, you died having sex with a fucking robot at the age of 90.
Oh, what a way to go, man.
going out-
Get buried
listen,
with you.
But here's the thing. You could pay. Well, no. See, and I got to assume by that point you'll have the money, so you'll be able to pay. So you're willing to spend the crazy amounts of money on the sex robot.
Yeah.
Like you're willing to go like 10 grand sex robot.
Well, hold on.
To be able to like change the skin on it.
Hold on. The applications don't stop there.
No. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah.
So if you had the option to pay like 10 grand,
Yes.
and like you could change up, like I want to order this.
Yeah.
Like
Customize
vape flavors.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like this one today. So yeah, you're doing that.
Yeah.
But it's like costing you money,
Yeah.
or you could just spend that money on a fucking hooker.
Yeah, but then
You're old man. Like, does it matter at that point?
Yeah, but then that's the thing. It comes down to a whole. How can I say this? It comes down to like
an escort's gonna do you,
but it comes down
they're
to
gonna do shit to you because you're paying them.
Yeah.
So age doesn't matter. So you could have like a 20.
You know what it is?
Escort,
Hold on. You know what it is?
And you're an old man. Like, that's what they're doing. A lot of their customers are old guys.
Listen.
So you're willing to spend $10,000 on.
You know
why?
why? Because it comes down. And this is why. This is going to be the key selling factor. It comes down to judgment. At the end of the day, you're paying a woman to have sex with you. There's always going to be a little bit of judgment. Like, fuck,
But there's judgment with the robot.
No,
man.
there isn't. No, there is not. There is no judgment.
You're getting defensive.
There is no
yourself,
judgment,
though.
Listen,
I'm not judging myself. I'm having a good time.
Judging?
Nobody's judging me. It's a judgment-free
But who's
zone.
judging you with the escort?
She's judging me.
She doesn't care.
No, listen, I don't know escorts and I haven't talked to them, but if you talk to them like, oh, hey, are there any stories?
She might think she's doing you a favor.
Maybe, but I don't want to be a favor.
Be able to
I don't want to be a
shit.
favor.
Why would she judge you, though? Like, you can judge her. You're both doing it.
Yeah, you'd be judging.
I don't
her.
want any
Like,
judgment.
you're an
I just
escort?
want.
Well, you're an old guy.
Listen, I don't want the judgment. I want a judgment. I just want a straight up bang. That's it. I don't want the judgment involved.
You're not
That's
banging anybody.
I'm banging the robot.
This is just not.
Listen. You say this now, but when you,
it's like banging a cardboard box. Like, what are you doing?
no, that's what you think. That's what you think. Listen, like I said, once they get it 90%,
fantasy world where like they're gonna be real people.
90%.
You're not gonna be able to tell.
90%. No, I'll tell. Like, listen, I could probably like feel it around. Maybe I can peek and like, oh yeah, I can see the metal. But I'm just saying. Just saying.
But if you have the option,
yes,
for like a living human, you should take that off.
I just think
I'm not saying. I get people are gonna do shit. There's a reason. I get it, man. People are buying those things. Fucking what are they called, man? People are sticking their dicks in them.
pocket pussies.
Say what?
No. Oh yeah, fleshlight, right?
Oh, flashlights.
Fleshlight.
Fleshlight.
That's what
Pocket
it is, right?
pussies. Fleshlights.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I hear like people have tried to explain this to me, and I'm like, say what now?
Yeah.
And anyways, I don't know. Like, yeah, if there's a market for that, and like fucking hat torsos, porn stars, and women are buying like recreations of male porn stars. If they're picking up those things, there's definitely a market for this. There's definitely a market.
We're not denying
it's a niche market, though.
But like, I think that like the market for sex toys is already here. Like, it's already what we see. It's like people are buying these sex toys at like Aren't We Naughty or whatever these places. They're buying vibrators, dildos. They're buying shit there.
Yeah.
And they're taking it home and they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing at home. Yeah, you throw a fucking sex robot up in the store. Yeah, somebody will buy it. Somebody will probably buy that robot, but they're not going to sell the way these other items are. They're priced right.
No. Listen, I want to give you.
I don't know. That shit's pretty.
I want to give you another side application. These sex robots. Let's say you got a grandfather, right? And he lives all alone.
I would never buy a family member a sex robot.
How about if the sex robot can also be used as a housemaid? Go around, clean his.
Well,
see, now we're looking at
Jetsons now. So So what was that guy's fucking name, man? The Jetsons.
Which guy?
Leroy was the kid.
Oh fuck! I don't remember
the Jetsons. They had the maid.
Jeff Jetson. I forgot. I know. I just forget the name of the.
I just remember Leroy Jetson.
Yeah.
But okay,
Rosie the robot maid.
Rosie the robot maid.
Yeah.
So what's the dad's name?
I don't know.
Is it Jeff?
Look, it was Elroy. Elroy was the kid's name.
Yeah.
Elroy. George G.
George Jetson.
Yeah.
So so you're saying.
Yeah.
If fucking the wife in the Jetsons just fucking up and left.
Yeah.
Took the kids and the dog and they're like, I'm fucking done.
Yep.
He's like, all right. What's that fucking robot's name
Rosie.
again? Rosie.
I still got Rosie.
When you're done with the fucking dishes, come into the bedroom.
Listen, multiple applications.
That's the Jetsons.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you see, my mind is going to possible opportunity. I'm not looking at...
We're talking... Like,
right now, you guys are looking at her as a piece of plastic.
Well, okay, because we're talking about the actual application that we looked at on YouTube, which is reality to us.
Okay.
You're also talking about the
possibility.
future.
Yes.
Where I could also say,
Yes.
well, fucking, by that point, maybe genetic coding has us all live to be 150. Everybody lives to 150 years, and you're predetermined to be with whoever you're going to be with for the rest of your life. So... the sex robot could be collecting dust in your closet.
Hold on.
Because your wife is not going to let you have sex with the sex robot.
No. Here's the thing. I want to give you another...
Or she's going to walk in and catch you with the sex robot.
Here's the thing, though. Let's say a husband is prone to cheating. The wife wants to, hey, listen, no more cheating. You're now getting a sex robot. Boom! Your marriage is saved. Sex robot. Selling point. Think about it. Listen, you've been married for 30...
I don't know if a sex robot's saving anything. I think it is. I've already agreed multiple times. There's applications for it.
Okay.
It's just a toy, man.
But I
now,
think, like,
okay.
you know, like right now, like a blow-up doll. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Those are
I think
hilarious.
we'll have, dude, by the
Those
time-
are jokes to me, but
Yeah.
I think people actually fucking might take them out.
Like,
because,
you
know, the odd guy here and there might actually fucking have a
that's
blow-up
probably
doll,
where
which is just
that's probably where the demand comes from.
a fucked up looking
Yo,
plastic doll.
I think we'll probably have flying cars before we have the level of AI that you're talking about.
I'm not worried about the AI. I don't care if she's dumb as like can only do minimal movements. It just comes down to, does it feel and does it look like the real thing?
So then that we already have that. Then.
What would you pay more for? Sex robot or legit hoverboard?
Yo,
At my current age, hoverboard. Hoverboard, 100%.
I don't care how old I am, man.
Yo,
I'm
that's
getting that
sick.
goddamn hoverboard.
Listen,
how
at
much
80,
is that going to cost, though?
Listen, at 80, I could throw a hip, so I might...
Like, fuck, man, Nike. Well, I mean, they made the self-lacing,
the shoes,
right?
yeah,
fucking-
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Like, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
I mean, but I'm just saying, listen, I hear you. Like, it's crazy that we're getting to that technology where like these guys are working on sex robots. I think maybe these are really smart cats. I really wish they were putting their minds to something more constructive to help the human race. But I mean, sex robots are going to help some people. Moral. They're going to boost moral, I guess, somewhere. And yeah, if you can get, I guess, you know, fucking, you know, sex robots that look like stars that you want to get with, you know, cool. You know, everybody's got their thing, but I just think don't spend the money on the sex robot. Spend the money on real people
now.
Like hire an escort
For now.
I agree, man. Like, dude, if you have the option, take the person. That's just the way.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay,
take the person.
Okay.
I never thought I'd ever have this conversation. Hey, if you have the option of a living for human being, you should probably take that option.
Dimes,
even if it's going to cost you money.
I'm gonna give you a straight up question right now. $10,000, right? $10,000. Do you sleep with a legitimate, let's say 90% proven sex robot, or your favorite porn star?
I have to pay $10,000 to choose either or.
Yes.
Okay. Why do I have to pay though?
Those are the two options right now.
But why do I have to pay 10 grand?
Money involved?
Yeah, why do I have to pay?
Just, these are his options.
Yeah, like why do I have to pay?
So these are your options.
Yeah, I would choose the porn star.
So
why would he pay to be with what he already said? He'd rather take the living person.
Yeah.
You take the living person.
Yeah, I would.
Now,
even if it's a porn star, which just sucks. Like it's good for a hookup, I
everybody's
guess.
taking
But
the living person.
yeah, I would take a living person. Man.
These guys that are probably buying the sex robot are probably buying it because of the porn. So if they have the option of being with the porn star, they're going to take the porn star.
But hold on. The porn star has to be obviously has to be clear and good to go, like no STDs. Then
they're usually they're the pros. They're clean.
Okay, just
if
don't overthink it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know. Is this a trick? I don't know. Is this a trick question?
I gotta fly there.
No, I don't know. Is this like a trick question? I don't understand this question. Like I already said. No, it's I'm choosing the person.
You're taking a human flesh over.
Yeah. Simple as that.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was a trick question.
You said he's got to pay 10 grand.
Okay, fine. Money's off the table. Still, human over flesh.
Yeah, so taking the human.
Okay, but
there's no money factor needed. No money.
Like $10,000. You get to pay 10 grand. You're going to take the robot or the porn star.
the porn star, because she's going to probably put on a better performance than the
So
robot.
what's the big hype that you're boosting these robots?
What was the question then?
I just wanted to know what he'd pick. I just wanted to know what he like. I was
But
waiting.
you gotta pay $10,000.
I was just
He
hoping.
doesn't
that-
want. No, you're saying like guys
just-
don't want to pay for an escort.
I just wanna
This
know-
is much more expensive than an escort.
I just want to know in what. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing. I want to know in what world you would pick the robot over the porn star.
In my world, I have no idea. I like fucking no options. Like I'd have
It's
to
not-
have some
it's-
very limited options, and my situation financially would
Fine.
be very limited.
Free sex
It's-
robot or a $10,000 porn star?
Okay, free because it's free.
Okay.
I'm not paying
Is there a
$10,000.
third option?
Your hand.
The hands
You
a
know,
third
like,
option.
yeah, I
Okay,
don't know. Like, okay, but is it like a new sex robot, or like
Hold on.
do I gotta
Listen.
go to Jimmy Sex Robot Emporium?
Listen, if I was
And,
a salesman,
you know,
I already got you there. You're now
And
we're
like
now
you're about to
negotiating.
walk in the room, and some guy runs up. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! No, haven't been cleaned yet." Oh man, like how many of those accidents are gonna happen?
Yeah.
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. You came with the heat on that one.
No, I just think I see the potential in this technology. I see it, and I totally support the guys doing
like
it.
I see it too, but it doesn't mean I use
listen,
it.
things like guys do a lot of fucked up shit, like rape.
Listen, yeah, okay, I get it. If you're
Like-
using extremes, like
Why
But I don't think that has anything to do.
No, but if you
That
had
has
no, I
nothing
get what
to
he's saying.
do-
I get what he's saying. If it's gonna like if this robot's gonna prevent someone from doing that kind of act, okay, great.
they're saving the
I
world.
get what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Maybe for those kinds of people, cool. But like for me,
I don't think anybody's. I think that shit's different.
No,
I
listen.
think that like one guy that's premeditating it. He's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like that sex robot ain't gonna stop anything because he's got way bigger problems. And the guys that were doing it that are at a moment of opportunity. Some drunk fucking girl walking, on university, and the guy leaves a party, and here's some drunk girl. He doesn't have a sex robot. Like that's not for him. Like he's just doing this. Or date rape. Like these guys don't have any of that shit. So no, I disagree on that. But you said porn star.
yeah.
But kind of on a different tip though. Like porn star. What was it? Porn stars. Could you date
A porn star?
an adult entertainment professional?
Date, as in
An
go
adult
out, hang
actress.
out, have some fun, make out.
No,
Date.
date. Like you're like you don't like. Okay, finish what you're saying.
Look, I've said before, and I've made the comment before. I don't care if I'm Mr. 1, Mr. 100. I don't care where I'm sliding in. If I'm getting an emotional connection, and if I'm having a good time, and everybody's having a good time, I'm willing to date you. Doesn't matter. I don't care about your past. I don't care what you. I mean, the whole line of a working porn star versus a girl that's out of porn. Obviously, that might play a factor.
A
working porn star. Working.
Like we're not talking retired.
Retired.
That's a whole dip.
Yeah.
We can follow this question up with that next question. But if that was the case, you're saying you're good. Because I disagree with you.
A current working girl. She's in the industry. She's doing.
A porn star. Not working girl is like an escort.
My bad.
or a
Okay,
hooker.
my bad. A current active porn star. I want to say, I'd want to go out on a date with her, for sure. I'd want to go out on a date.
I've lost hope in
Oh
humanity.
my god. Okay, so you.
I-
I
Lost
think
hope in
I think
humanity.
he's backing up because I think we've talked about this
Listen.
in very loose terms, and I'm pretty sure he said he was all in.
Off the mic. I've talked about this with him.
Yeah.
He's down to date a porn star.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
all in.
he's
I think
on- yeah.
backing it up a little bit here.
But listen, okay, go ahead. Finish up.
dating.
finish
No.
up.
Look.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Okay. Here's the situation. If I went to a porn convention and I see a porn star, I'm not gonna. My immediate thought is not to like. Okay, I'm gonna ask her out and date her. But let's just say theoretically, I met her.
They
off-
also probably don't want you to ask.
Fair enough. But let's just say I met her, in the middle of the street, and it felt natural, and we had I was like, oh man, I met this chick, we're good. All of a sudden, she reveals to me after the fact that she is a porn star. I'd I'd probably still continue to
Okay,
date.
but that's a little different. Like,
But-
let's say, let's say you're out at fucking Starbucks. You know what I mean? You're out getting your fucking, your Starbucks on.
Yeah.
And you have a meet cute. And all of a sudden you're, oh, I'm sorry about that. This is your latte. Better ring the bell, whatever.
Her name
and
is-
you go for a walk and drink your coffees or whatever, and you have a good time. And then all of a sudden, I'm just saying, so fast forward 6 months.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden,
She drops the bomb.
She's like, I got to tell you something.
Yeah.
You know? And you're like, all right. And she just says, like,
What's your answer, Special K?
So
I'll be honest.
What's your answer?
I'm a porn star.
In reality, it probably wouldn't happen to me because I do watch a lot of porn. I know who's out there nowadays.
There's too many to. There's too many to.
But-
You can't keep track.
But that being said,
It's not really a badge of honor, but
that
okay.
being said, if she did drop it to me 6 months in, I would still date her if we had that connection.
So when you go out,
yes.
and I get it, man, because you got to know her personally. She might fucking volunteer at like an old folks
She might
home,
be a sweet
and,
person,
like,
sweet
read
girl.
people's stories, and
Yeah.
do like fucking Sunday dinners with her family, and like
Yes.
fucking a whole bunch of great shit. I'm
Yeah.
not saying, hey, you know what? It's all good. Kudos.
Yeah.
But if we hook up and we're all like, oh hey man, so here's your girl, man, you're coming out for dinner.
Yeah.
And you're like, she's working, man. And like, it's like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
When's that video coming out? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Special K. Man.
No, but okay.
I
okay,
think he's
hold
going to
on.
have a problem with
Hold
it.
on.
And
I
he's gonna
agree.
try to get her out of it.
I agree.
Oh, hold on.
Buddy, what if you're at a party with your
Yeah.
your girl who's a porn star?
Yeah.
A lot of attention coming her way.
You're at a party, right?
Yeah.
You're with your girl.
Yeah.
Everyone's having a few beers.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they start talking about her career.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of a sudden, hey guys,
Yeah.
let's search her up. And they
Yeah.
play a TV
Yeah.
right in front of you. How do you feel about that, man?
Well, maybe not. Well, fuck,
That's
man. That's
pretty
not
fucking
friends.
far.
That's not friends.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up. But absolutely, man, you could be somewhere and somebody.
Well, I'm not saying they have to be your friends.
Somebody
It's
could
just a
come up
party.
for an autograph. Or, hey, can I get a selfie? And all of a sudden,
That-
you're
I'm
like,
o-
I'm
no.
uncomfortable with all of this.
No. Because at the end of the
Because-
day, that's her job, and her job is sucking cock or whatever. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. No, listen. What the fuck? Oh my god, it's the same. Listen, at the end of the day, if she can differentiate her life that's with me versus her professional life,
So you don't care about the decisions that... I mean, I get the money, right? But you don't care about the decisions that led her there. Or, the
no,
baggage
I-
that's going to be there.
listen, I 100% agree that someone that gets into this industry is not 100% just right. Like it's not a logical
Maybe
mind.
they're just like sex.
It
Maybe
could
they're
be.
smart.
They're-
Maybe they know everything. Maybe they're like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a
That's
weird
fine.
thing to do.
Listen,
and
she could
I
be-
just
she-
really like sex.
Yeah, listen, and there's that, but at the end of the day, it comes down to like me versus the business.
Okay,
kind of
here
thing,
you
right?
go. Would you see? Okay, well, that's a little bit of a psychological thing. So if
Yeah.
you were dating like a porn actress,
Yes.
what would you rather it like? What situation would you rather it be? Would you rather it be like all these fucked up life? Fucking, life just kept leading her down there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, she's doing it for whatever reason, for money.
Yeah.
Or she started doing it because she just really likes sex. Which one would you rather have? Because like on the one, you have somebody that's damaged in a way, right? Like that they've gone to that as a means to an end.
Yeah.
But on the other flip side, every time your girl goes to work,
Yeah.
she's getting something she likes.
Yeah. To be honest, I'd rather have a girl that.
Right?
I'd rather be
So
with.
which one would you rather be?
I'd rather be with the girl. Okay, I'll be honest. I'd rather be with the girl who's money hungry because at the end of the day, we know that money can solve her problem. She eventually will get her number. She'll eventually get what she likes.
How do
right?
you know that?
Because
You're a new guy.
yeah, but
You're 6 months in, and she didn't. So now I'm just saying, but all that led to that,
Yeah.
has got to be bad for her,
here's the thing,
right?
As long as she's doing the
Like,
work, she's getting
maybe
her money.
that's a fucked up thing for her.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with all that, man.
But I can't even stand this conversation.
Yeah.
I can't even stand this conversation, man. if she's a current actress,
Okay.
if she's retired actress,
Yeah.
I don't care what path she ended up there. I would not date her at all, man.
So you okay?
No,
Okay, hold
I
on. So
wouldn't.
you think
I
that
don't
she's a
give a
bad? So wait,
This is
you-
bullshit.
So
I
wait,
can't
you think?
believe we're talking about this.
Hold
to
on.
be honest with
So
you.
wait a minute. You think that she's ultimately a bad person because she got into porn?
I'm saying I would not date her.
He's exercising his option to
I would not date her.
somebody.
I don't
Okay.
think she can do whatever she wants. She can be a good person.
Okay, but
That's great.
let's say it was you, Dimes, and so same situation, whatever. 6 months in,
Mm-hmm.
you know, somebody you think is pretty fucking tight, like pretty.
Yeah,
you
and she
know,
tells me she's
upstanding,
doing porn. I'm leaving.
meeting,
I'm
like,
dipping.
You know what? Good family life, or whatever. All this is meeting good expectations. Vague on work. You know what I mean? Vague on work. Travels for work. Or she's just like, I'm taking time off right now.
I'm in Miami.
I'm just taking time off. Whatever. And then eventually, bam, she drops it on you. This is what I do. I was taking a break, but I'm going to go back, whatever. I got some movies coming up. Or I used to do this and now I'm out and I'm trying to be straight about it. But now she's dropping it on you. And it's 6 months in.
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it's a bitch move to tell me
You're
6
starting to
months in.
catch. Well,
That's a
she didn't
bitch
want to
move.
scare you.
I don't give a shit. That's a bitch move. Number one. Number two, tell me sooner, man. I don't like that.
What if she was afraid? What if she really liked you? She
I don't
saw a
care.
future
I don't
with
care,
you?
man. I don't care. I'm not dating that
What if
person.
what if the
Buddy,
L
what the
word-
fuck? Even
what
if I dated her, hold on.
What
Even
about
if
this? What?
What if the love word was dropped on both ends?
I don't care,
You
man.
love
I'm
this
not
girl.
dating this girl. First of all, even
You're
if-
already dating her.
No, but like I would not continue to date her. And
So-
first of all, she like deceived me. Number one, because I would probably disclose this in
See
the beginning.
I
I
would
would
side with him
disclose
here
this.
because
I would disclose this in the beginning of the relationship anyways. Second of all, okay, let's take the fantasy route special, okay, that like I continue dating her. I continue dating her and she's a good person. I have kids with her, bro.
I'm not saying you. Listen,
no, but
hold
well,
on.
that's what you're saying.
No. I'm saying that I will date her. I will go out and we'll go to events together and we'll hang out and have a good time. But I am not looking at
we're
this.
talking about the 6 month deep part.
Yeah, you're saying you want to go deeper than 6 months, dude. If
I'll
we're,
go longer with 6
Okay,
months.
but now you're talking like 6 months. Like now you're in.
that's what I'm saying. If you're
In your world, man, maybe she's already dropped fucking words on you, and it sounds like you're dropping them back.
It's
And
6 months in,
you're willing
probably.
to continue the relationship. So yeah, so he's saying, but he's trying to say like, oh no, yeah, well, I'll date her longer, but no, at that point you're in a fucking relationship.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, you're not gonna be like, yeah, so we're done.
No. My
'cause,
thing
like,
is
now you caught feelings, and now there's a
Yeah.
whole fucking nightmare going on there.
no. I will continue dating her, but I definitely scratch her off the. Like, I'm not having a kid with her. I'm not having a future with. Because I just.
Then what
but
are you
isn't
doing
that
with
why?
her?
Yeah, isn't that why you're dating
Then what are you
someone?
doing with her?
What are you doing with her?
Because I want fucking arm candy. And I want, and she's.
You know what? Both of you at that point need professional help.
Probably.
At that point, you take the fucking porn money and you go and you hire and you just fucking get into it. Because what you're talking about is I know, and I'm calling bullshit. You're gonna be like, eventually you're gonna be like, well, don't you have enough money? Like,
money.
So do you think you maybe want to
okay.
get into law school or something? Like, you're gonna start to try to change them, and then that goes back to you're trying to fuck with somebody in their pool. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll admit. Okay, let's say, like you said, we got the origin, we got in, and we're going in, and then she drops the bombshell. When that happens, I now have pretty important decisions to make. One is, do I want her to continue in the business, not continue in the business? And if she does continue, what are my options, right? So for me, obviously, if I found out that she was in the business, I'd be like, okay, are you willing to stop?
Listen.
Right? So yes, I am making options to change her, I guess. But I'm not going to...
I knew somebody.
Okay.
But they dated a girl for like, I don't know, man. Like, I can see, yeah, maybe you're out, but 4 months,
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And they were talking to their, so a little bit of background quickly. Girl went to school. You know what I mean? Like the guy's girlfriend went away to school. Whatever.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So they're doing this little bit of long distance thing.
Yeah.
Guy gets a phone call, and the way it went was, it's his girlfriend and blah, and a friend of hers is thinking about stripping.
Yeah.
Right? Possibly, making some extra money for school, whatever.
Yeah.
And they both go to, they're out of town.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, fuck. Okay. Like that's quite a decision, right? Like that's fucked up.
That's a pretty, yeah. It's a major decision.
So like, but the guy doesn't care about the fucking friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's saying, what do you think if I did it?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Not the ideal thing that a guy wants to hear.
Of course not, because like, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially like, it's like, really?
Yeah.
So anyways, guy tells her, you know what? Dude, I don't really like, first of all, it's like the disbelief that the person that he's with at that point is capable or deciding like to do that, which is like, okay, at least I'm finding out now, or at least this guy's finding out now. And then it's like, whatever. But they hadn't really thought it through. They didn't realize there's lap dances involved in things.
And other stuff. Yeah.
And possibly some other stuff, right? And you're into that world. So I'm not sure if, all I know is that the guy at that point told the girl he would be out.
Okay.
And
Ultimatum.
he's ready to end it now.
Yeah.
Like, if this is what she wants,
right.
He's ready to, like, that's it. Like, cool, we'll go our separate ways.
Okay.
Because, like, I'm just not, like,
Yeah.
cool with that, right? That's
Yeah.
what the guy was getting across, is that he's gonna leave. Like, he's not cool with it. And then she kind of understood that, like, she's like, oh, okay. But she didn't want to lose him.
Yeah.
So basically it was like, okay, no, it's like just fucking idea, right?
Yeah.
So the guy, whatever. Anyways, they end up breaking up. Who knows whether or not she fucking did it or not.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, that happened 4 months in on this guy, and he was ready to pull the plug.
Yeah.
And that was on somebody who he was already in with.
Yeah.
Like, fairly decent relationship going on.
I knew a chick long time ago, and I just knew her, right? And then I went to a strip club for a stag, and I saw her there stripping.
I had a similar experience.
And I chatted with her for a bit, and she told me not to tell anyone, and she was basically telling me like her husband didn't know. Her husband didn't know, and it's like, okay, well, she doesn't want to tell him because of that reason, the fear of him wanting to leave, right?
Of course.
Well, what is she doing then? Like, what? Like, that's a real solid marriage. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not asking where she's getting money from.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, man. If like any one of us, if your girl starts bringing home wads of cash and starts driving a fucking nice car,
yeah, but they
like,
they probably like make up some bullshit excuse. Maybe they're doing it only once or twice a week.
On, you get to know people, man. Like,
I don't know what happened.
That's beyond.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know what happened, but like at the time,
that's intense.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's fucked.
Okay. But yeah, you probably would maybe leave. Like, like it'd be kind of nuts. Like,
but see, there's two different situations. You're talking about somebody that's talking about going into something versus somebody who's already in something and then finding that out after the fact.
Yeah, like, I mean, they're married. You said husband. So, like, I mean, that's a lot different. Like, maybe he just can't walk away.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they got kids. Who knows? Maybe he's trapped either way.
Yeah.
Whereas the other guy that I've talked about, like, he's only 4 months in. And, like, yeah, although, he doesn't want to walk away, but he would have. Like, because he's just like, I'm not about that. That's not the world that he wanted to get into at all,
fair enough.
That's why,
for me, it comes down to this. At the end of the day, if you're going to be with somebody, it comes down to what makes them happy. If them going into this will make them happy and fulfill them in their life, maybe this is their calling.
Great. That's great. That's great. If they want to be a porn star or a stripper, that's great. But that won't make me happy, and that's why I walk away.
Saying that you would continue dating them.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Reasonable marks of like.
If they can convince me, and at the end of the day, it comes down to this: if they can convince me that this is what they believe deep down in their heart that makes them happy and fulfills them in what their needs are, then who am I to stop them? I'm not going to stop. Obviously, like, I mean, I'm going to start contemplating whether I want this person as a long term and a forever person.
He's so full of it, man. Because like, I got to tell you, if she comes home from work and she's like if she comes home and she's like, no, you know what? I don't want to do that with like people I date, because like that's like just like it's what like happens at work, and like I don't even like things like that. And
Okay,
like,
then I call bullshit on that.
so now like, but I'm just why are you calling bullshit?
Because like
There's shit I do at work that I fucking don't want to do when I'm not at work. And if you ask me to do it or for anybody else, you know, my significant other or anybody, I don't want to do it. Like fuck, like I fucking do that at work. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe it's a legit thing for her. Maybe she doesn't want to fucking, you know,
okay, fine,
blow you for an hour. Like, you know, who knows what she doesn't want to do because she's got to do it at work now.
Well,
your relationship is like just turning into a relationship.
That's the thing.
No, but that's what it is to her, a relationship.
Well, then
she's not with you because you're a porn star.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck her fantasy guy would be. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, at the end of the day, if I'm in, like, she has to have something on her part too. Obviously,
she has a job.
Yeah, but obviously
she's dating you, so I'm not sure what else she can bring. Although she's saying I don't want to do certain sex acts, because you know that's what they do in the movies, and I don't really like it.
Yeah,
you know, and you should respect that because you're my man, and you're pretty like you're in this relationship, and you're like fuck, right? That's what you're thinking.
Listen, this is getting really complicated. All I'm just saying is this. I'm just saying this. If I find out that what do you call it? If I find out that she's in porn after the fact, once I'm already in, then I have to make a crossroad decision, right? Whether I want to continue it or not. And I don't know. I'd have to guess and see. But here's the thing. I think where you guys are shutting with a complete no, like you guys are like, nope, definitely not. Like Dimes is like, nope, definitely not. I'm on the line of, we'll see. Maybe. It really, there's factors involved. Like if this person, if at the end of the day, if I'm getting, you know, the parts of the relationship that I want, like, you know, a good emotional connection, bomb sex because they're a porn star, and I'm getting all the things I want on my end, and they're getting everything on their end, isn't that considered a successful relationship? Where we're both getting what we want out of each other? Putting aside what they do?
Hey, man. Sure.
Okay. So yeah, my decision is
I'm selling.
Wait and see.
I'm selling.
Wait and see.
You're buying or selling?
I'm just not shutting down an opportunity. That's my thing. I don't shut down.
I wouldn't date a porn star.
Okay. Listen, I respect it. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't now. No, like I probably never would. Well, fuck, man. Who knows? When I was like 21, who knows, right?
Okay.
But yeah, like I don't know, man. So here's the thing, though. Like, and quickly, because I mean we're our time, you know, we're running long. We haven't done one in a little while. So like porn star related, kind of is just like the thing is like, so if you met anybody,
yes,
and then, you know, 6 months in, 8 months into anything, something comes up,
okay,
that you. Like they're telling you anything, like they're dropping info on you. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, you need to know this. And like, you know, apparently the porn star thing is like you're kind of whatever. You're not in anyways.
Yeah.
What if they used to be a man?
Oh, 8 months in? Listen, I'd want to find out.
Right?
Listen, I'd want to find out the first time I go in. Like
what? Well, what? Okay, but what if it's like one of those things where it's not just a hookup, like it's not just it's not one of these fucking. What were you talking about? Dating or hookup culture?
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's not hookup culture. It's like fucking, you know. So now you guys are doing dates.
But hold on.
But so now, like, you're working towards something. So it's not just like giving it up. So now you're developing. Maybe you're doing phone calls. Maybe you're doing all this shit.
So basically, what you're saying is that what would happen if I actually fell for her or him?
Yeah, maybe maybe you're
because
getting
let's say over the phone. Let's say over the phone. And
absolutely.
We built up a repertoire. All of a sudden, she's into the same shit I am.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling that emotional connection.
Absolutely.
All of a sudden, you know, on our first date or whatever, she drops the bomb.
And she's really good looking.
And good looking.
You know what I mean?
And
like,
listen, I admit some of them are very convincing.
She's like your sex robot.
Yeah. I
you know.
And I admit, some of them, I've seen some of them, and they can play very convincing women, whatever. Okay, so you're saying I'm in love, she's attractive, but she also has...
Why? I don't know. I think they're considered women at that point.
Well, does she have her piece or not?
No.
She's fully transitioned.
Yeah.
So she's
used to. I said the words used to.
Used to. So hold on. Wait a minute.
I have.
Wait a minute. She has a functioning vagina.
I don't know. Yeah, that's possible, right?
I think so.
Okay. What's the verdict?
Well, okay. If everything is lining up and I have that emotional connection, fuck. It's the fact that they were mad at one point in their lives. Like, listen, I know these stories.
But you're the all accepting Mr. 100 special case.
I am the open to possibilities, Mr. K. And here's the possibility: if let's say at birth, because I've heard these stories. I think Ciara, you know the singer. At one point, they were born with both genitals, and they got snipped, and then decided to be a woman. If it's one of those situations,
no, it's the other.
Like she was like in high school, she was Ben, and then now she became Bethany.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
But
I already fell.
You know, if she's meeting your visual criteria,
Yeah.
emotional criteria is met.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, this is the situation.
I'll be honest. I am.
You know, like fuck yeah.
Like from a obviously from a long-term point of view. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna have kids with this person, but what I'm saying is that it's gonna be it's gonna be a heartbreak. I
like I'm thinking like good for you. Like I mean, if you're like that, like you know.
Like, listen, I mean, obviously, listen.
Evolve. That's an option, you know? Like, I think a lot of people, myself included, would be like, whoa, like, I don't know. Like,
well, no, if she looks like a girl, speaks like a girl, smells like a girl, does things like a girl, 99% is convincing as a woman. And then she just drops that bomb that she used to not be, because I guess, listen, I don't know if the technology, if we're there yet, but if it's that freaking convincing, then we're going back to the same issue as the robot. If it feels the same, if it looks the same, if it's convincing, I gotta fucking see where that goes. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, hang on. What? Just to clarify, that's a yes.
That's
like you would just stay with him.
No. I'd have to figure some shit out. That's Okay.
Listen, I would not date a porn star.
I want to
date a robot. Okay. Or any of this stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my final answers.
So you like, but what if it was you? Like, what if it was you?
It's a deal breaker. So
and
I'm not
like
into
6 months in, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm not into that. It's as simple as that.
I kind of call bullshit because I think if you get emotionally involved, like we're talking, you feel for this girl, you care about you.
It's not. Dude,
listen. She convinces you that she's a proper girl. You know, she's a proper girl, even though she used to be a man. You fall for her. It's not that easy. You can't rip that Band-Aid off, man. You're in. She's convinced you.
Buddy, I would rip it off. Like, I'm not staying with someone like that.
I call it bullshit.
Listen, everyone has their thing.
Like, my thing would be like, if it was that far into the game, like far into the relationship,
it doesn't matter.
I would be more, why the fuck did you wait so long to tell me?
Yeah,
I think there's that.
There's the anger. There's the anger.
Like, then there's the seed. I think there's going to be a break.
I think in all situations there'd be anger.
Well, I think I'm out, but I mean, I think like even for you or like anybody, any normal human being, there's going to be a time of a break. Like you're going to have to fucking be like, well, you're going to be angry because you're going to feel deceived, right?
Yeah.
And then I think at that point, it's like whether or not you go back in and like continue with where you were, or you just walk, right? I think that would be it.
I think what's happening is
I fucking have a hard time believing that, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what it is? I think you guys are worried about the outside effects. You guys are worried about, if your friends find out, your
like,
family,
imagine,
but listen, if it's just between you two.
With the fucking, like if I was like, I played this level of hockey, and they're like, oh, I played this level, and it's like, oh shit, you were about to, okay.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, and it's like, if you stayed, here's a question.
Yeah.
If you chose,
yes,
or even if you didn't, would you ask them how big their penis was?
When they had it?
Because, like, what if the answer is bigger than yours?
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
Then we're
like,
fucking
at that
going.
Point, like,
then we're freaking going,
right? Like,
no.
But then they could kick your ass. No, I'm kidding. It's just a weird situation for me.
Okay, I'll be honest. Okay, I'm gonna answer just to finalize my answers for all three is Sex robot, if they're convincing, I will get with one. Porn star, if we have a connection, we'll date. But I'm not. I don't think I would see myself long term with a porn star, especially if they decide to stick in the game as well. Now, in terms of tranny, if I fell for one and I got convinced, and then later, obviously I'd be angry. Like, why did you do that? But you know what? If it looks the same, feels the same, and it's very convincing, maybe I'll stick around for a bit. But again, it's the same as a porn star. I would treat her pretty much as the same as the porn star. Like, give you benefit of the doubt, see where things go, but ultimately, if it's not my long term thing,
I'll be straight up. I wouldn't take the robot, the porn star, or the tranny.
Okay,
like I don't want to. I don't like. Why can't we just have a regular chick?
Because they're not out there anymore.
Yeah, they are. I'm not taking any of those. That's my decision.
All right, yeah. Moves. If you were on the market and let's say
I guess everybody's got a moment when maybe they want a sex robot,
Okay, let's just say
I'm sure maybe there's a moment when I'd be like, cool, sex robot, awesome.
Okay.
I wouldn't be like buying one or
Let's just say
frequenting a sex robot haven. But no, it's not for me, but I could see like people why maybe it would happen. Porn star, like, not now.
But maybe at one point in your life?
Yeah, when I was super young, fucking...
Okay, it could be an age thing.
Full of fucking...
See, that's what I'm saying. It could be an age thing.
Just fucking, but it would be more like, look what the fuck. Yeah, it's like dating a stripper, kind of, like, it's the same kind of realm of, like, it's not even...
It's not long term.
It's not even necessarily feelings. Like, I mean, if you get into the whole thing, like, would I break out? I don't know. Probably not for a while, just because I'd be like, well, I'm in this far, and now I'm finding out. But same thing as the tranny thing. Probably have a break because I'm pissed off. I'm deceit. There was deceit going on, perhaps. But maybe we get back together. But yeah, I would have been young, right? Where it's like, fuck, I'm dating a porn star. Like shit like that, where you don't really give a shit.
Fair enough.
What was the other thing?
Tranny.
No, man. I can't. I don't know.
You fell though. She convinced you, man.
It's just
you guys like.
You know what?
You guys like
maybe,
baseball.
Fuck, sure. Maybe. Fuck. Yeah. Balls.
You guys have baseball
balls
stories.
And balls. Like fuck.
Yeah, baseball. She's like, oh man, I love the sport. Used to play it.
Fuck.
It was a great pitcher.
Yeah, that is pretty tough to beat, man. Somebody who likes all the things I do.
She likes the video games. She likes
fucking
everything.
Games.
She literally has the same.
But, I think you need a counterbalance.
She could pound beers just the same as
you. Need a counterbalance. You need that counterbalance. Like I think you need the opposite, right? Like
okay, fair enough. Okay.
I don't know.
Fair enough. So to our listeners out there, if you want to let us know if you'd rather date a sex robot, porn star, or tranny, you can reach us at our email at otherguyspodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at otherguyspod, or find us on Facebook. And if you want to listen to this, you can always listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. And don't forget to listen, like, follow, do all that social media stuff.
Do all the fucking things you're supposed to do.